And we're live. Welcome to Beers with Bad Company. I am Bad Company. If you're a minor, don't drink on YouTube. It's against the law. Everybody else, thumbs up. Yeah, clearly having a great bit of technical difficulty here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Camera's freezing like a motherfucker. I don't know what to do about it though. Well, just gonna have to fucking deal with it. All right. We got hopefully a couple of friends are gonna be stopping in here tonight. I've sent out a few invites. They have all said they will be joining. Until then, it's just me and you guys. Assuming my sound is on and good, video should be working. What's going on? Obviously, we got lots to talk about. I haven't been on in a while. I was not feeling real great, like all fucking week. Last week sucked. That's buttery. Getting a little better, feel better. But yeah, Dylan's riser. What's going on, man? So what do you guys got going on? Obviously, there's lots going on in arm wrestling in the last week. People followed out of the East versus West card, which ends up making the card even better. So was it the translation that did it? Translation. Oh, transition. Oh, I see. Is it the transition that makes me feel better? I started feeling better somewhere around that. I'm assuming you're referring to me pulling the women's division over the weekend. But it's freedom. You can do what you want, right? I'm just saying, you don't get to tell me how I feel or who I am. I can do what I want. So, Beer Person is back. Stunning and brave performance this weekend. I knew I was going to get a good reaction out of people. You wouldn't believe how much fucking shit I'm taking over that nonsense. Holy fuck. I think it's hilarious. Fuck you can't take a joke. Arm Wrestling Mania, what's up, my guy? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so until we get guests in, we'll just normal fucking Q&A, see what you guys are saying. And I'm going to continue trying to give my cold alcohol poisoning. The thing is, I can't get alcohol poisoning, but the cold can. So we're going to try to drown that motherfucker again. Still waiting for Evan versus Schoolboy. Yeah, and I love the Evan versus Schoolboy match. I thought by now, this last year, he would have been making some amazing gains just with his age and the size of him. I don't think he's gotten all that much better. I think if I get that match anytime soon, I'll whoop his ass still. Yoga Pants Girl was nice. So that's Danielle Lewison. She had the sandwich match like a year ago. We had her on the show, and it was a lot of fun talking to her. She's a great sport. She drove like 12 or 13 fucking hours to get up to Canada to come to this event, and there's only one girl in the class. So fuck it. I'm just transitioning to a woman or however that fucking nonsense works. I should get a whole new following, right? Might hit 5K now. I like your chances considering how we fared against college. That's what I was saying. So yeah, Danielle drives 12, 13 hours. There's only one girl in the class, and she's only been pulling for like 4 or 5 months. Lewin, Evanson. Yeah, there's maiden name, and I don't know. I can't keep up with everything. Late can't even make bit of toast. Slouch boys. You're always late, Marcus. You're always fucking late. So yeah, she comes all the way up. She's got one girl that she's been no, she's not single. Her boyfriend's some strongman dude. I can't remember his name. Tim, I think. But I don't know what her ex-husband's name. So whatever. Yeah, so she had nobody to pull. Like there was one girl that had only been arm wrestling for a few months. Now, Angel's fucking strong. I pulled her too. But I just jumped in the class, so it was fun. I finished third, by the way. But realistically, the only reason I pulled the women's division is because I'm getting ready to go to Ireland and I got to pull some bitch over there. So I figured I should get used to pulling bitches, right? Yeah. Damn, your subs are going backwards. Yeah, that happens when you're me, man. Anybody, if your channel's not really big and you go inactive for even a little bit, people just unsubscribe. Or if you do something they don't like, blah, 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 whatever. It happens. Hopefully, now that the year is drawn to an end, I'm gonna have a little bit more time. I can actually get back to editing some of these fucking videos, so I can start putting out some of the fun stuff that we were shooting footage of. I've got a bunch of footage saved that I need to edit and put out because it's funny. But I got a lot more time with nothing to do over the winter to make fun videos. So we'll have lots coming up soon. Thanks, Evan. I won the caption game over your lady pulling. Okay, whoa. When was the caption game? Was that last night on fucking Maximum Bang Monday? I missed it. Last night it was a fucking gong show here. What fuck? I don't even know what picture it is. Somebody send me it. I need to know what the picture was and what the caption was, because that's just hilarious. But yeah, yesterday was just a rough day all in all. The arm wrestling community here in Ontario lost a great guy, Brian DeZormo, and we don't know what happened. We don't have details, so I know that Brian and his wife and young son all died over the weekend. So it was just like, I didn't really want to do anything or talk to people yesterday at all. So I didn't get to watch any YouTube. Brian was a great dude. I've been battling back and forth for like years about who the top guy in Ontario is in the weight class. Obviously Devin's fucking got it all locked up. Yeah, he did pull Todzilla, him and Pork Chop there. Brian almost got the pin on him in the last round. So Brian's a great dude. Like I said, he and I, we probably had a half dozen super matches over the years. He's had some great fucking super matches with Jeff Dabe, two of them actually. Both times he won the first two rounds, and then Jeff came back and won the last three. Yeah, I don't see the point in praying or sending prayers to them. They're gone, Alex. But their friends and family are all having a real rough time right now. So, yeah, like I said, we don't know what happened. They haven't released anything for details, so not much to say about it except it's sad. Your caption game starts at an hour 23. I can't fucking get all. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to watch this for a second. Where is an hour 23? Well, I'll let that fucking play for a minute, because non-skippable ads are a bitch. I want to essentially the caption game. Yeah, I will check that out. JD killing 86. Getting better. Getting better. Remember the 5th of November. What's the 5th of November? I don't know what the 5th of November is. An hour 27. Oh, fuck, they were live for Halloween. Okay, what the fuck are these guys saying? And apparently my internet has all fucking fallen to shit. And it won't even fucking load. I don't even know what do we got.
All right, so second captain game, guys.
Yes, we have.
What did Evan have to do to compete in the women's division?
Okay, so what did Evan have to do to compete in the women's division? Sorry, I don't know how to fucking do that screen share thing.
Yeah, terrible people.
Oh man, it's freezing up way too fucking bad. I'm gonna need to know what the fucking caption was there, Marcus. Day after, yes, the 5th is the day after the 4th. Of course it is. So how the training coming on the right, minus women pulls? Well, there's definitely a difference. I can visibly see a difference between my right and left arm now. So it's definitely come along. Right feels great. I didn't even pull in the women's class with my right hand because I'm not doing any competing with it. But I did a ton of fucking after pulling table time with everybody there. There wasn't a huge turnout at the event, but there was a lot of strong dudes there for who was there. Bonfire night, fireworks in UK houses. Who the fuck has bonfires and fireworks inside of the houses? I want to go hang out in their houses. I did have a bonfire at my buddy's kitchen table one night. We got all drunked up and didn't feel like going outside for a bonfire, but we still wanted to have a bonfire. So we just filled a glass ashtray on his fucking kitchen table with some type of fucking flammable fluid, and we just lit that on fire. And we just sat around drinking around fire in the kitchen all night. Look, he ended up getting drunk and dropping his fucking brand new fucking cell phone right into the fucking bonfire. It's hilarious. Did Wagyu beef win? No, he did not. He did push Devin off the back of the table, though. But that dude's strong. He's an old, like, strongman guy. Like, he used to do a lot of strongman. But, yeah, that dude's like fucking 400 pounds. Like, he's fucking huge. 410, I think he said he weighed in at, but he's only like 5'8", 5'9". Like, if he was 6'4", he'd be bigger than Levon. I don't know if he beat him, but he'd be bigger than him. Evan, we will let a load of fireworks at castles. Yes, let's light off fireworks in castles. Now you're talking. That sounds like a fucking great time. It'll be a celebration. We'll just get fucking loaded and shoot off fireworks inside of the castles. Well, arms are great. Butt chug time. No, I'm not doing any butt chugs, Rogue, you dumbass. Can you put on the grease paint for us at some point, Mr. Spalding? Captain Spalding. No. What, you don't like fucking clowns? Clowns are funny. Not dressing up this year. Yeah, yesterday just I know it was Halloween and all, but it just didn't seem like super fucking festive, like, at all. You know, let's ask you. Yeah, or fuck your spelling. Who do you think is going to be winning this upcoming match with Devin and Prudnick? Now, I knew the match was going to be happening before everybody else. You know, I talked to Devin and shit, but Yeah, I did know that Devin was going to be pulling the match. He was telling me that one way or another he's going to make this happen. It's going to work out, but he just wasn't sure, so he didn't want to say anything publicly unless he knew for sure. Like, there's a lot of fucking moving parts. Parents drop all kids our house for fuck's sake. Ran out of candy, so start SC them. Why would? How do you run out of candy, man? Start giving them it's fucking Ireland. Just give them whiskey. What proper Irish kid doesn't want fucking a shot of whiskey at trick or treat? I have Devin, if he back to form. Yeah, he will definitely not be in the form he was against Levon in. He doesn't need to be in the form he was against Levon in to beat Prudnick. No form of Prudnick's even going to come close to Levon, so that's crazy. I thought you were supposed to take the kids' candy. No. So the ex-wife took all the kids trick-or-treating this year. I didn't have to even go out. But then she dropped them all off at my house with all the candy, where they then have to pay their dad tax. Prudnick will not pin Devin. Any chance he has is winning on fouls. I could see Prudnick getting one, even 2 pins, but he's not going to win. Is Devin really in incredible shape right now? How does it compare to earlier this year? It's not close to what he was. He's in great shape. He's strong. And he's just been traveling. Like, he's been all over fucking everywhere, arm wrestling everybody. The dude's in fucking shape. He's been training. This is not an off the couch fucking 19 days notice Devin. This is in shape fucking training a lot. I think the hardest part for Devin's going to be getting down to 115 kilos. No, I mean the trick-or-treaters who deliver all that candy all night. Is that what they do? That's what all the kids are doing with those sacks of candy? They're just bringing them for me? That's what I always thought. Take the candy, whiskey for condolences. That's what I'm saying. Why would you not want to just eat all the fucking candy? Kids can't have that much candy anyways. It's too much. They'll get sick. Nobody wants to deal with that. What was the fuck is that? Hold on one sec, guys. All right. I don't know what the fuck to deal with all this. So what actually happened to Michael Todd? I haven't even fucking heard what's going on with him. Evan is the best to evaluate Devin's capabilities, hands down. Well, I mean, I know the guy. I got fucking, inside information on him. I've known him for fucking over a decade now, If you tried to say don't, but I'm way bigger than them. Just robbing little fucking kids. You're in Texas. Like, don't most 7-year-olds carry fucking sidearms in Texas? You're lucky you're alive. I just hang all the treats on our trees out front so I don't have to. The little bug is bugging me every 2 minutes. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, 253 is 115. Well, it depends on how this goes. Like, if there's a couple of routes for this to work out for Devin. One of them, there's definitely no time for a weight cut. Partially tore his bicep. World is coming to an end. I shot 3 zombies last night. I just can't figure out why they kept ringing the doorbell. Oh, Jesus. Well, I don't know if it's that funny to shoot children. They have to be at least teenagers dressed as zombies. Once Michael Todd somehow fell on both arms while hiking. Must have been an iceberg. So he fell while going for a hike and tore his fucking. Now, the real question is, what kind of reffing will we see? Jerry versus Gennady style? Anything goes. If they're gonna let you get away with everything, Devin's gonna fucking run away with it. Yes, newborns all get their starter pistols just after birth in Texas. That's not bad. It's not bad. Look, with all the kids I have, I would have confiscated so many fucking guns by now. We were supposed to hand candy out. I was handing beer out. Well, why would you hand beer out? If you were handing beer out, I would have fucking came trick or treating there. Fuck. Although my buddy was out taking his kids out trick or treating, and there was a couple of stops that said, "Daddy looks like he needs a treat too," and handed him a fucking beer. Not bad. It's a nice neighborhood. Yeah, so if everything goes like worst case scenario, Devin's not going to make it for the press conference and everything. Like he'll be showing up and competing. Most of Todd fell twice, once on each side. Who tears their bicep fucking hiking? Oh, that's fucking terrible. With Devin's metabolism, he will have no problem making the weight. Well, that's one way to look at it. Like when he was young, except he's like fucking 50. So I don't think his metabolism is as high as it used to be. That's why when he was young, he could never get over 250. Like the biggest he was ever able to get while actively trying to put on as much as possible was like 252. And now he's having a hard time getting back under. Try to SC, try again, Canada's. Oh, super chat. Canada fucking. Oh, no super chats. Not for you. Oh. Awesome, Colbert. We will see you shortly, buddy. Travis Gennady was Diff Venice entirely. What? Colbert will see you. He was climbing K2. Why would he want to climb K2? That's really far away, and that would be stupid to do. His shoulders were from falling bicep versus Corey, I believe. Oh, hey, Roy. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm better than you, but that's expected.
I'm not sick, so I'm better than you.
Well, that brings up a whole list of arguments, but we'll let those go for now. So I was sick as fuck last week.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Oh man, it's terrible. Just the congestion and fucking, that whole man cold thing. I believe doctors when they say that a man cold is 13 times worse than childbirth.
I have to admit, when I get sick, like if I get a cold, I'm like such a wimp. Like I'm just the biggest baby. Like I see people that just like keep doing, they keep doing what they normally do or whatever. And even, these pro athletes that like have a fucking flu and go play in the championship series or whatever. And I'm just like, you'd have to shoot me up with all kind of drugs to do that.
When you're in really good shape, you can push yourself through some of it. Like it doesn't affect you as bad as it does if you're like in your shape,
I am in really good shape. What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Oh, we're doing that thing again?
I bet I'm in better shape than you are, mofo.
I don't know. I got abs.
I do too.
Mine aren't covered by a fucking enormous amount of fat.
You can vaguely see mine under there. Like if I lost like maybe 20 pounds, I would have at least one ab probably.
I got a half an ab right here on this side up top.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so when I was in really good shape, when I was young, hold on, let me end this poll. Guys, not a whole lot of people are giving Prudnick much credit here.
I mean, I think Prudnick's really good. I think he's great. I'm not so sure Devin's going to like shut him out, but Devin appears to be in a very rich vein of form, as Neil Pickup would say. Like when John blah 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 says he's the strongest I've ever felt him. I mean, and everybody like Todd Hutchings said he thought Devin would win. I mean,
I'm gonna say he's comparable to when he pulled Brzezinski or blah 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 at King of the Table. I think it'll be pretty close to that, which I think is more than enough. Like he might be able to get first round on Prudnik. I don't know, but he's definitely going to get the win. There, now that's funny.
I think
Running
the
out
only
of beer is 17 times worse than childbirth.
I think Prudnik, like first round, Prudnik might flash pin him just on speed.
Prudnik's not that fast.
But other than that, I like if it's a stop match and it hangs up, like I don't think he's gonna beat Devin.
No, nobody. There's not a whole lot of fucking video you can find out there of Devin losing stop matches. Prudnik's good. He's one of my favorite arm wrestlers to watch. Like the dude's fucking incredible.
He is, yeah.
I
mean,
there's weight classes for a reason.
Yep.
Devin's he's always been going after the biggest, baddest dudes, like his whole fucking career, right? He spent 10 years where he doesn't get to pull somebody that doesn't have at least 50 pounds on him ever, right?
Right.
And that's the low end of the fucking weight cap.
Yeah.
Then after surgery, he kind of cut way down.
Yeah.
He got skinny. Like Devin could go down to the 205 class if he wants to. Maybe not now, but when he was pulling WAL at 225, when there was the same money at 205 as there was at 225, there was legitimate conversations going on about him pulling that 195 class and the 225 class.
And that, you know what, that's crazy to think about because he's a 6'5" dude, and like,
but he wasn't doing a water cut to make the 225.
Yeah, I know.
He was planning on doing a big water cut, right? He's like, okay, well, I'm walking around 240-ish, getting to 225 should be fairly easy. I'm just going to clean my diet up real good, and then I'll water cut whatever I have to. He didn't have to water cut, right? He just walked in.
The thing about it is he's really built more like a basketball player than a super heavyweight or maybe even a heavyweight arm wrestler. You know, I mean, he's, you know, if he hadn't got into, you know, arm wrestling, you know, he'd just be like this tall beanpole guy. I mean, it makes it all that much more impressive that he's been able to beat, you know, these big motherfuckers. But, you know, in the last few years, the big motherfuckers, once the Dennises and the Levons started showing up, they're just in a different, I mean, like you say, there's weight classes for a reason, and they're just bigger animals. I mean,
yeah. Well, even whenever Devin was still small, like that 247, 250, he still wanted Dennis and all the big dudes, and he was beating them.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think he's been able to do that. You know, I mean, I went back and watched just a few days ago. I watched that match with him and Pushkar left-handed.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, after the first round, it was just like, you know, when it, like, especially last round when he's just like holding him, just going, no, not today.
So it's funny with that. That match wasn't supposed to even happen, right? Pushkar was supposed to be pulling somebody else there.
Yeah.
And there was an injury or something happened, and Devin got thrown in as a last-minute replacement. Now, Devin tells this story slightly differently than I do. I don't know how he tells it, because he tried to say that something was not exactly correct when I started telling the story. And I told him to, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear what the real version is. Let me finish my version first, and then we can talk about it. And then once I finished telling my version, he just said, no, I like your version way better. It's way cooler. So I don't know the real one. I just tell this one. Just Old Joe, $5 super chat on behalf of Marcus Thompson. Attaboy, Joe. Oh, fucking Marcus, that lazy prick. So Devin got thrown in as last minute fucking like short notice fill-in for that left-handed super match. Like Devin wasn't considered one of the very top guys left-handed. He was number one right.
Yeah.
But he was already scheduled for surgery. It was coming up in a few weeks. So his right hand was off the table.
Yeah.
So he said, I'll fucking do the left-handed match for sure, though. So Devin showed up. It was in Vegas or something.
Yeah.
And Devin was sick. like sick as fuck, like damn near in the hospital sick, right?
Damn.
And he showed up, and that's just how he is. He's ready to fight right to the very fucking end, no matter what. And everybody's like, "You're gonna get killed, you know that, right?" He's like, "Well, fuck, probably, but what? I'm supposed to not fucking compete? Like that's stupid. That the only thing worse than losing is fucking not trying."
Yeah.
So sick as fuck, he shows up anyways. And that afternoon, in the hallway, like before the match starts, Pushkar walks over to Devin and grips up with him and just tells Devin, he's like, "Look, I get it, you're not feeling great. You're doing me a favor by jumping in here. So I'm gonna win the first 5 real fast. I'll let you catch me on the 6th one, and you can win the last round so you don't look so bad." Which really pissed him off. He's like, "Motherfucker, you did not just come at me with that fucking condescending bullshit. Fuck you. Not only do I not need your fucking pity match, I'm fucking winning this bullshit." And he was just driven on pure fucking pettiness to win that fucking match.
Yeah, sometimes you piss the wrong person off. Sometimes you just don't want to poke the bear. Yeah, I heard that the Russians who were in attendance, which Pushkar was technically Ukrainian, right? Was he Russian or Ukrainian? He was Ukrainian. Anyway, they're all Russians to me. I heard that the Russians that were in attendance were like laughing at that, like laughing and making comments about his arms look like garden hoses or something. Like he's just this little scrawny little prick that has no chance. And then he whipped his ass. That was such a great match.
Yeah, like I still love that match. Ian Carnegie, I guess he screen recorded and put together this awesome fucking video, like before everything got all copyrighted and shit. Yeah. He put that like fucking Darth Vader music to it. I don't know if you've seen that version of it, or if you just watched like the full version.
Yeah, I've seen the one where they're playing all the music, like it's the DJ's playing like all the heavy metal. It's like really good. They play like Old Iron Maiden with Deano singing like Killers and
yeah, but that's like an hour-long video, right?
Well, you have to
in between the rounds.
Yeah, you have to fast forward. It's like 35.
Check
or 40
out
minutes.
Darth Larrett.
Darth Larrett.
Yeah,
I will.
That video is awesome. It cuts it all the way down. Matt Rogie with a super chat. You owe me a beer. Jesus. So that's the old beer hand. That guy. He's the one that always used to hand me my beers while I was doing these.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was his garage that we all used to train in, and then I'd do the podcast and shit from there.
Okay.
But yeah, that Darth Larrett version that's an awesome video. Just the way the music kicks in whenever Devin starts yelling at him, work that. It's awesome. Awesome video. I wish I knew how to do that whole linking it into the chat, because that video is fucking awesome. I don't think I can play it because music, blah blah blah. But yeah, great video.
Yeah. I know you've seen the video, the match between Pushkar, a right-handed match, I think it was, between Pushkar and Dennis, where Pushkar pulls his shirt off and like.
Well, they pulled a bunch of times, those two.
Yeah. People say that Pushkar was better suited for tournaments than super matches.
Not anymore.
Well, no shit. I mean, super matching the fucking earthworms now. But I mean that he didn't have the endurance. It looked that way too. I mean, after Devin after he gassed out after like the second round in that left-handed match, I mean, it was over. I mean, it was no contest after that.
Yeah, that was pretty rude of Devin to just like make him quit nonstop like that. Like,
He should have dad moved him.
Like, at what point should you not just like fucking put him out of his misery? Like, you already know you win. Why not just do it?
Yeah, and I mean, Pushkar was straining like he was going to have a fucking aneurysm. Man, his face was turning red. I mean, he was still going as hard as he could. He just didn't have it.
No, he did that because of what Pushkar said to him in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fucking treat me like that. Yeah, we'll see how you like this.
Did he ever beat Dennis? Did Pushkar beat Dennis early, like when Dennis was first coming on?
Not left.
Not left-handed, but right-handed he did.
You beat him lots, right?
Yeah.
They were back and forth.
Dennis is really left-hand dominant, right? I mean, his left is really better.
Yeah.
Isn't that correct? Yeah.
Dennis? Yes.
Yeah.
Pushkar was better right.
Right.
But, they went back and forth right-handed, and Dennis was the man left. I think Dennis only lost one match like in his career left-handed, and it was when he was young.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested to see when there's all this, he's coming back. I mean, so.
Right-handed, Levon. I got to go with Levon. And it's probably going to be Levon's like last match.
Ever?
Probably. The guy wants to retire with an undefeated record.
Yeah, he's still so young. I mean, what's he going to do? Sell ham sandwiches?
Well, fuck. How long you want to try to fucking keep your body at that level?
Well, I mean, I understand. Yeah. I mean, if he's concerned about his life, longevity and
the guy mainlines horse fucking hormones in his off cycle. Like,
he's taking plutonium enemas. I mean, he's like,
yeah, like, nah, I shouldn't say that because I don't know.
I haven't watched him.
It's healthy for that man to walk around being that fucking.
No.
What I assume is that gassed up.
Well, just your body. I mean, like your knees and your back. I mean, forget what you're potentially doing to your vital organs that you need to live, but just your, I know he's not a big fat fuck at all. I mean, he's obviously very muscular, but he's not like bodybuilder shredded either. But your body doesn't really know the weight of it's the weight. I mean, whether you're
but only bodybuilders do bodybuilder shredded. Fucking, you'll never see somebody in strongman looking that fucking ripped.
No, because no, the strongman and powerlifters are way stronger than bodybuilders. I mean, they're not that bodybuilders aren't strong; they are fucking strong, but they're not powerlifter or strongman strong.
Right.
Did you ever watch The World's Strongest Man? Did you ever watch The World's Strongest Man? Do you remember?
Used to, back when I watched TV.
Yeah, but back in the 90s, there was a guy, American bodybuilder, who competed in it and made it to the finals. And his name was Curtis Leffler. I don't know if you remember him.
No.
He came in and he was like 4 weeks after a competition or something. I mean, he was still just, you could see the blood running through him. But I mean, he just sucked. I mean, he just wasn't. They made him do like a wheelbarrow thing, and the first thing he did, he's probably one of those bodybuilders that does all his lifting with gloves on. The first thing he did when he picked it up was he ripped all the skin off his, the palms of his hands.
Bitch mittens. Marcus Thompson just used his membership chat thing. So once you've been a member for so many months, you get the option where you can send a chat in and like that highlights that you've been a member. So he's been a member for 3 months now. On the phone to YouTube CEO, never mind Devin, no limits. I need to be limitless. Super chat blockers. He's pissed off that he can't super chat.
Damn it.
He just calls up the YouTube CEO like, look, motherfucker.
Is that Mr. Tube?
What?
Is that guy's name Mr. Tube?
I don't know. But probably not. You fucking dumb southern redneck. This is why you lost. Jake Charles in the chat. What's going on, my guy? My son, my long lost son. Pushkar was major explosive on the blocks. I'll tell you what it did today. Pushkar Vavoda. I've never seen where Pushkar Vavoda almost got into a fight. And I was never a big Vavoda fan. I didn't buy into that he was that fucking strong, blah, 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 blah. Now, I have talked to some dudes that were around and like at that level back then, and they disagree with me. Where Vovoda was good, he was fast, he was strong, like he was the real deal. Was he ever like in the running for the best of all time? Not for the most part. But after he lost to Travis, when he came back that day, when he beat Travis, like in the movie, apparently he was on like some serious fucking gas. And he was just like a completely different fucking human at that short period of time, where that version of him could be put into the fucking ring with anybody and make sense.
Yeah. He seemed to have, he had like a very brief but very high peak, it seemed like to me, just based on what I've seen. It's a shame that it's just a shame that that's what it comes down to now, that it's like, you know, it's an arms race of whose body can withstand the most shit being put into it. I mean, kind of sucks.
Well, Marcus Thompson said that there's two co-owners of YouTube. There's Mr. U and Mr. Tube.
See, I was right. Call me a dummy.
Marcus needs money mules to super chat now.
Hey, somebody said Lou Ferrigno competed in strongman too. Yes, he did. He was in like one of the first one or two, like in the late 70s.
That was a big motherfucker.
Yeah. Did you see him when he came back like in the like 90, 91, 92, when he was like 40 years old, 42 years old, when he came, you know, not been competing for several years, and he came back and he was like, this was before, like, I mean, this was kind of like before, you know, the Mr. Olympia weighed 300 pounds. Like he came back and he was like right at 300 pounds, and he was just like fucking obscenely huge.
Yeah, he was just too big to win those events.
Yeah, he was strong as shit.
Weird that bodybuilders are getting told that they're too big to win.
If you go back and look, you know, like Schwarzenegger was 235 when he was winning.
Yeah, but I mean,
fuck, these guys are like 100 pounds more than him now.
Yeah, but 2 months after winning that event, Schwarzenegger was 280.
Yeah, I'm sure he went up.
Well, I mean, you cut right the fuck down to get that shredded, like their diet.
Yes.
Like, so the amount of gear that they got to take is one thing. The amount of gym they got to do is another thing. The reason that most people can't ever do what those guys do is because of that, how strict that fucking diet is.
Oh, yeah.
The dieting is by far the hardest part of all of it.
It's so Spartan as fuck.
I would never be able to put that kind of fucking gear into me. Like, I don't want to make a terrible joke at this current time, but I could never do that. Like, I lose my shit. There's no way.
Yeah.
Vovoda's, where did that go? Vovoda got his bobsled Olympic medals taken away. There was something about him getting fucking in big shit over steroids in the Olympics, wasn't there?
The whole nation of Russia got kicked out of the Olympics a few years ago for the fucking ridiculous shit they were doing.
Yeah, but that's Russia. Their whole women's swim team had fucking beards like mine.
Yeah, it's like the East German water polo women's team from 1976.
76 in Montreal. Just the right mix of gas and PCP, and you too can be Superman, beer man.
Yeah.
Huh. I love PCP.
Marcus Thompson with a test.
Testing. One to the testing. One to speed was a factor at Colombo Rock. Let's test. Marcus, that might be your most intelligent super chat ever. It actually made sense. I could read it. I did see when Cleve Dean competed in the World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
He's a strong dude, but he's not in very good shape.
He just lacked mobility. I mean, he was big and strong, but he wasn't athletic at all. Or just too big. I mean, and that was when he was still reasonably sized for himself. When he got older, he got up to like 600 fucking pounds.
He was huge.
Yeah. His fucking hand. I don't know if you've ever seen like a true size of his, like what his handprint looked like.
Can't be any bigger than Jeff's.
My fucking hand would go in like the palm of his hand. I mean, his hand was that fucking.
Get off,
dude.
No,
it was, and his thumb was like that fucking big around. I mean, it was big around as my fucking wrist.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm telling you.
No, I'm not buying it.
I've seen him in person. I mean, he lived like 20 miles from me. I mean, he's obviously.
I just don't buy that his hand was that big.
It was huge. Dude.
Huge, yeah. But were you like a fucking kid?
No. I mean, like, I'm okay. So like my fingers would like go up to like just not even to his first, knuckle. I mean, his hand was that.
I mean, like my brother's got a big hand where he can bend his fingers over top of mine.
Oh,
right. So I get to his top knuckle, and that hand's fucking huge. Jeff Dave has the biggest hands I've ever grabbed. Those things are fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
You put your hand inside of the print, and it's like, this is fucked up. Like his hand's way bigger than Shaq's fucking, you look at a picture of Andre the Giant holding a can of beer, and then Jeff Dave holding one, and it's like the same fucking size.
Yeah.
And Andre was a giant. Jeff Dave clearly has something making his fucking shit enormous there.
Right? Yeah, he's got some kind of.
Cleve was a normal dude that was just huge.
Right. He wasn't.
Jeff and Andre literally have giant hands.
Yeah, so did Cleve.
There's no way Cleve's hand was as big as those two.
I'd like to see. I mean, it's damn close if it wasn't. I mean, and it's not just so much the fucking thickness of his fingers.
Jeff wears a size 33 ring.
Oh, I'd be willing to bet Cleve Dean if he had a ring like that went on his ring finger, he could probably put a damn 50-cent piece through it. I mean,
I don't know, like I got sausage fingers, right? And when I'm 300 pounds, I wear a 15. So a 33 is fucking just crazy.
Yeah.
Like he had to get his fucking ring tattooed on because Tim Bresnan said he was offered money to lose against Vovoda. Really? I don't think I've ever heard that. Marcus said he's going to test 50. Where's this? Minus 30%. Get about 2 beers. We crushed the pig carry event. Yes. Don't think that works. Another 0 at the end. Fuck him. Austin's. Andre's hands were fucking huge. Yes. Yeah. He did have huge hands like Andre. I heard Andre's ring was just like a silver dollar. Jeff Dave has some records for the largest hands, but there's this Saudi dude that has the other ones. So the Saudi dude's hand is currently longer than Jeff's, but Jeff's hand for volume, the thickness of his hand is just crazy, and the width Jeff won on and ring size.
Yeah, and it depends on what you mean by large, because there's a guy that plays in the NBA, Giannis. He's got a Greek last name. It's like Antetokounmpo or something. It's some kind of weird like alphabet long last name. But like he's 6'10" or 11, but his hands they say like even for a guy that size, he has ridiculously larger hands than most other guys that are his height. Like you see him holding a basketball, it looks like me holding like a fucking softball.
You ever see that dude that like grew that weird alien claw?
I've seen lobster. You ever seen the lobster guy that could play bass really well? He had like his hands were like he had like
that weird web shit.
Yeah, he had like both his hands were just like he had like 2 big fingers on each hand like this. He's a hell of a good bass player too.
This was this summer. There was a dude in the NBA. I can't remember his fucking name, but he did something, and it looks like his fucking hand just grows into a huge like alien hand and just swallows the ball. And then he lands, looks around, he's like, oh fuck, did I just do that in front of people? and he hides his hand behind his back and starts running away until his hand's like normal again. I'm not kidding. Like, that was this year. And people were just freaking out about this dude's an alien. And Marcus Thompson with a $50 super chat. This time he said test 4 times. What would happen if he tries to say test 1,000 times? Oh, yeah, Marcus, that's working, buddy. Cleave hand 9.5 inches long. That doesn't sound that big. Beer man, I heard you had COVID again. What match were you supposed to be having? Fuck. I tested negative for COVID. I tried. It's really hard to get away with using COVID as an excuse nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, but you still went and like competed against girls though. So
well, I finished 3rd.
yeah. I mean, it's okay though. It's 2022. I mean, you are whatever you say you are.
Look, I got to get ready for Paul Maiden, and I just thought pulling bitches would be helping me get ready to go pull this bitch.
Oh, I hope you beat him, because if you don't,
Her.
you're gonna catch a rash of shit.
What, that Shield Maiden? Man, come off it.
You have right.
You don't actually think I'm going to lose this, do you?
I don't know. I don't know what his level. I mean, I don't really know what your level is. I mean, I have some idea, but more than I do about him, I have no clue about him. So
I don't lose in front of the wife, and she's coming with me.
all right.
So also, if he just happens to be too fucking strong, I will pick a fight after the first round with him.
You will not.
I sure as fuck will. Fuck that guy.
If you get a hold of him and you go, oh fuck, like on the first round, then you're just gonna fucking sucker punch him coming up to the tail for round.
I'm gonna
two.
give him a little shot in the lips. Nothing crazy, not something that's gonna get me charged or kicked out of the event. Just a little, hey, what's up? Which is gonna force him to swing back, where I tilt my head down into it, and now he's got to pull 5 more rounds on a broken fucking hand. Fuck that guy. Yeah, I'm not losing in front of the wife. I'm not flying across the fucking world to lose to this fucking knobhead.
I hope you're right. I mean, but it's always, that's why they have the matches. We don't know until it happens.
Marcus, I do not have a filter on anything. YouTube is kind of a bunch of fuckers, though. I have the same problem. Like, everything I ever want to super chat in, if I'm watching one of these lives, almost guaranteed, if I want it read out loud, it's probably rude. And they never let me do it. And then I got to pull up the thesaurus and look up other ways to say what I'm trying to say.
You see the chat from your brother Bradley?
No.
So, most recent one.
Evan, call out Vovoda. And Lewis, yes, I have my 3rd place women's medal. I think I have it right here somewhere.
Did they really give you a medal?
Motherfucker, I got 3rd place.
Does it say women's?
Oh, no, that's not the right one. It's a very similar band on it, though. I don't know where the fuck I put it. It's here somewhere. But, yeah, women's.
So Bradley says, arm wrestling specifically, I don't condone abusive behavior, which I guess he does otherwise, but just not in arm wrestling.
So is the fight still part of the match or just arm wrestling? I'm not supposed to fight Paul. I'm supposed to fight Marcus. Evan, bring a taser. Tasers help. They do help. I have arm wrestled while being tased and while my opponent's being tased. And it's a lot easier to win if it's the opponent getting tased.
Really?
Headbutt him, beer man. Look, I will headbutt. I will bite. I will claw. I've been watching an awful lot of you have Crave TV?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know.
It's another one of those streaming platforms, Amazon or Prime Videos. Netflix.
No, I don't have it. No.
There's a couple of really good shows on it. So like the Game of Thrones is on there. That's why the wife just got me to fucking order it because she wanted to watch the new fucking House of the Dragon shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently all that shit was all filmed over in Ireland where we're headed.
Yeah.
So she's watching this, look at all these castles, like, oh my god, we actually get to see some of this shit. Yeah, that's what Marcus says. We'll get to go see some of this shit, which is cool.
Yeah, I think a lot
I'd love to go get drunk and just piss all over things like Tyrion Lannister, you know? Because I drink and I know things. I have a lot in common with that guy.
like Ozzy Osbourne pissing on the Alamo.
Fucking Ozzy. What was the other player? Fuck. I don't remember now.
Super chat from Marcus.
Oh, that's the thing. Oh, Marcus fixed his fucking YouTube. Evan, I need a professional photo of you for website. You're going under Drunk Gods section. Also, bio stats, titles, no lies, and best move. And getting the coof doesn't count. What the fuck, Marcus? Seriously, Marcus, what the fuck?
What is your best move, beer man? The chug.
I am pretty good at fucking chugging. I actually timed that shit. 4 beers, 7 seconds.
Oh man, you okay? You remember when you and Bradley did the chug thing?
Yeah,
And you were complaining like your guts were just like you're like, oh
yeah,
God,
it hurts.
dude. I got through lifting weights earlier, and I went to the Mexican restaurant and ate like.
Why do you even lie to us? Like, why'd you even have to bring that part up? You could have just told the story and had it believable.
About what?
I finished work and wasn't doing anything, so I went to a Mexican restaurant.
I bet I work out on average more than you. I bet I exercise more than you do per hour, like hourly per week. I bet I do. When I go work out, it's like 2.5 or 3 hours, and I go every other day.
Yeah, but I sit right here drinking beer, watching YouTube, working out for like 5, 6.
Picking up your kettlebell.
I also masturbate a lot.
That helps with your grip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in your case, it's like this kind of grip, though, right?
Yeah, I'm working on my pinch grip. It's like that half penny lift.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that much movement. It's basically just like I'm trying to start a little fire.
It's like you're striking the match.
Yeah. Okay, where was I in this chat though?
I don't know.
Remember going to oil checking? Oh, oil checks. Might need an oil change to get into the country. I don't know. Just go with Harold Howard on him. Fucking Harold Howard. Look. Harold Howard. I don't even know where to start with that fucking guy. That guy's hilarious. The word block. Jesus, the block word was arm gods. What? They blocked arm gods? Seriously? That's craziness. Yeah, Marcus, I can get you a proper photo. Stats, bio shit. I don't know, it's pretty hard to do with no lies. That's I'm not entirely sure how to do that. What's up, Ivana? Nashville Arm Wrestling, how you doing? That's like $1 trillion Canadian dollars. I need some good photos too, Evan, for thumbnail. Yes, we definitely need to. The chug, we need those dots. Yeah, fuck. Look, 4 beers in 7 seconds. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty good at shotgunning. Not bad at chugging. Out of the bottom was probably my best one. It's funny. Finally famous. Evelyn Burgoyne. Somebody remind me to get back to Evelyn and why I find that funny. Evan, pull a Travis and just say big, huge when they ask you your measurements. Well, I'm not that big. Oh, fuck. I'm so bad at following this chat. I still can't even find wherever Brad is. I always wondered if anyone ripped a few lines before a match. I know Don Underwood did when he used the battle at Arm Wars on the roof. He was so wired. I don't know of what he did. I heard he did. I don't know. Yes, the tastings happened a few times, Rogie, at the garage and back at my old house. Just the other day, I walked fairly close to a gym. I'm still sore. Breath. Yes, playing the world's smallest violin is how I masturbate. Come true would definitely make any man who identifies as a woman and win an arm wrestling match against other women the minister of sports. Oh, geez, that's something. I should be going for a government position. Don Underwood was so high at Arm Wars, even his elbows were flying through the air. Yeah, I heard that he was a fan of getting like fucking absolutely fucking lit before matches. The hell do you do in the gym for 3 hours? Well, that's the thing. Look at him. It looks like he spends 3 hours a day in the gym.
That's right.
If you're in the gym for any longer than an hour, you are wasting your fucking time. There is no way you can't get a better workout in an hour.
I do a lot. I mean, it's a lot of different things. And I'm not just sitting around either. Like there are people that come there and just sit there and look at their phone. It's like, I could do that at home. Why do you come to the gym to do that?
Stats. Do you drink? No? Fuck that guy. All right. Come on, Roy. You don't need to spend 3 hours in the gym. You don't.
It takes me that long to do what I do. It does. I mean,
how many bathroom breaks do you got to go take to fucking jerk off thinking about all the yoga pants you were just staring at when you weren't lifting?
I use my little stopwatch. I time myself in between sets and events, and I don't dick around. Like
Evan destroy his self-worth. I'm bored. Yeah, Don Underwood and I are just different. I like beers and he likes nose beers. So, it's each their own. Do what you want to do.
I thought he was straightened up.
Probably, and now he sucks.
I would imagine that if you're high on coke, it probably helps you. It's probably a performance enhancer, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if that'd be a good thing. Like,
it's got your engine already revved. I mean, you're warmed up.
Do you want your heart beating that fucking hard?
Well, I mean, you're already like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
just sounds like a good way to have a fucking heart attack in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, people
and not being able to fucking pay attention to the rules. Like, oh shit, the ref just yelled go, but I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart with this ref that I've never met before. Just seems dumb. Finally famous, Evan, I challenge you to do a sober live stream. Finally famous, I challenge you to make a comment that's not fucking stupid. How about that? Oh yeah, the Evelyn Burgoyne. So, funny thing. Now, my Uncle Chuck, he's my drunkle, my drunkle. It's like an uncle, just drunker. He's always called me Evelyn. Always has.
Like in a mean way, or just he thinks that's your name?
Yeah, it's Drunkle Chuck. He's he's always laughing. Yeah, he can be a bit of a dick. Yeah, sometimes he gets too sauced up and takes my $50 birthday cake and starts throwing it around my house. But then drops flying headbutts on my passed out brother in the middle of the kitchen on my birthday. And then falls through my fucking living room wall, and all the dried roses that we had hanging up drying for the wife's fucking art projects got smashed and thrown all over the house. And then decided he wanted to wrestle my brother on my brand new fucking couch and completely destroyed a $3,000 couch.
That's kind of boorish behavior, really. That's not cool.
If you were here, it was all super fucking funny until I woke up. And then the wife woke up. And I was like, it was Uncle Chuck. Anyways, he's always called me Evelyn. He's a great guy. He's my favorite uncle, I can just stop by his house whenever. He's always got a fridge full of beer. Sit down, have a pint. Great dude. So when he calls me Evelyn, like, it's all just screwing around. He's, always fucking laughing, whatever. he showed up on a job site. My very first job, I started roofing when I was like 14. And we ended up, my boss came, the dude that hired me, he lived down the road from my dad's. We lived way out in the bush, right? This fucking dude just knocks on the door. I'm like 14, grade 9 or grade 10 summer. The guy knocks on the door. Is Adam home? I said, no, he's at work. It's like, oh, I didn't know he had a job. I was coming to see if he wanted to work this summer. Like, well, I'll work. He's already got a job. He's working on fucking Kmart or some bullshit. He's like, I don't know. How old are you? I said, 14. He's like, 14 is a little young to be on a roof. I'm like, well, I'm fucking strong. Like, if he could do it, I could do it. I'm like, well, I mean, if you want, we'll give you a shot. Just make sure you tell anybody that ever asks that you're 16. You're not allowed on a roof unless you're 16. We ended up doing a roof for my great aunt that I didn't even know. This crazy old broad that was like fucking 85 years old with bright red hair. And this is like way the fuck back that old ladies didn't have bright hair back then. Everybody just thought this was a crazy old lady. I didn't even know it was related to her. My Uncle Chuck just stopped in on the job site. He was stopping by to see his aunt and sees us working there. And he keeps calling me Evelyn. Now, my middle name starts with L, right? So when the boss filled out all of my tax information at the end of the year and sent it in, the first time I'd ever done taxes or whatever, right? Instead of filling out Evan L. Burgoyne, which is on all of my government ID or whatever, he filled it out as Evan Lynn Burgoyne. He thought my Uncle Chuck was calling me Evan Lynn when he's calling me Evelyn. And to this day, every time I get government forms back, they're all sent to Evan Lynn.
And I'm
My
assuming,
middle name is not Lynn.
can I guess what it is?
You can try.
Lawrence.
That is a good guess.
Is that it?
Does it matter? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's better for you to believe that that is correct versus what it actually is.
I think I got it right.
You did get it right. I was named after my Uncle Larry.
So when I was 14, well, when I was younger than that, I was driving a tractor when I could barely reach the clutch with my foot. But when I was 14, man, every summer my dad grew tobacco. Dude, if you missed out on a real opportunity for some miserable shit if you never worked in a tobacco patch. Bad shit. Ugh. Awful.
Can't be that bad.
Oh, dude. It's first of all, it's 100 fucking degrees. Always. Have you ever seen it?
I bet you it's worse being on a roof than 100 degrees.
I understand. I know a lot of roof. I mean, like I know roofing is brutal shit. I mean, I'm not discounting that in any way. But like tobacco, have you ever seen tobacco growing? Like they used to grow tobacco in Canada because actually a lot of like when my dad and my uncle and some other guys around here, when they were like in their early 20s, they would go to Canada to work in tobacco during the summertime and they'd make a bunch of money up there and then they'd come back.
Yeah, tobacco and cannabis. They've always grown that shit around here.
They probably don't grow any tobacco anymore, I wouldn't think. Probably not much. But
I don't know. The natives sell an awful lot of tobacco. I don't know where they get it from.
It's brutal. Like it's so like the tar on it, like the leaves. I mean, like once you get into it, it gets all over you. And it's just like this sticky, it's like you've got glue all over you, sticky. And then like the dirt, all the dirt starts sticking to you. I mean, like your arms and shit, by the end of the day, your arms would just be completely black from all the tar and the dirt and shit stuck to you. And a lot of people would get, especially the first time they did it, a lot of people would get sick because you get like just such a blast of that nicotine, like this, all that sticky shit on you all over your body. A lot of people get sick and throw up. Like that's very common, like especially your first time in it. It's brutal. Sucked. Bad. No, I do not recommend.
What do you think stickier, walking through a weed field or a tobacco field?
Very similar. Very similar. Very, yeah.
I can get high and quit smoking. at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, they both
Better
sticky.
than wearing patches. It's probably healthier.
And then when we got done with tobacco, then we got to go in the watermelon patch and throw 30-pound watermelons all day. Fucking hard shit, man.
You are such a pussy.
Shit.
That's why you need to go to the gym, because fucking working in a field is hard work for you. That's why you became a lawyer, you lazy fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna fuck being a farmer. I wasn't gonna do that.
Oh man, I'd rather be fucking in the fields working than fucking sitting at a desk reading bullshit contracts.
I got
Lose my fucking mind.
I got a belly full of that shit.
Yeah, but I don't know how to read. So
well, yeah, I mean that would be hard for you. I remember some times where we were okay. So you load like
wait, hold on. This motherfucker says every time Evan's smoke goes out, he lights another. I've only had like 5 cigarettes in this hour 15-minute show.
It's been that long. Yeah.
I don't smoke that much. And I smoke way more while drinking and doing the show than I do in life. If I'm not on the air or if I'm not like out drinking, a pack of smokes will last me 3 days.
Dude, my mom sent me to this little Dollar Generals. Do y'all have Dollar Generals in Canada?
What?
Do you have a Dollar General store?
Well, we have a dollar store.
Well, okay, so we
and then we have Dollarama, and
yeah,
then we have a buck or two.
So she was like getting frantic because she was almost out of cigarettes earlier today. She's like, you got to go to Ellington, which is a little town right down the road here, like a mile away. She's like, you got to go get me a pack of cigarettes. I went and bought her a single pack of cigarettes down there today, and it was like $7.80 for a pack of fucking cigarettes.
What's it? 5.
That's like $1 more than it was like 2 or 3 months ago.
$7 for a pack of cigarettes.
Almost 8. Yeah.
You want to know what we pay?
Yeah, you told me one time it's something insane, like over $20.
Like $20.
Yeah. Fuck.
I started smoking when I was like way too fucking young. Way too fucking young.
Yeah, it's a bad thing, man. Smoking is the worst thing you can do. It sucks.
For anybody that's in here that knows the story of how I started smoking when I was young and how I got caught smoking, because I'm definitely not allowed to tell that story on YouTube.
I've heard that story.
Did I tell you after the air?
I heard you told it to Devin on.
I did tell it once on Devin's channel
about the horseshoe event and all that.
Yeah.
And you getting caught and
just shut the fuck up. We're not allowed saying that shit.
You've already done it.
Yeah, but that was on Devin's channel, so it's fine. He got demonetized for it. Every time Devin gets in trouble on one of his fucking social media pages, it's my fault.
Yeah, I can believe that.
It's why I'm okay with not being above 5,000.
Hold on, I was going to say, you see you backed off to 4.98 instead of 4.99.
Well, someone said that.
Damn it, man. We've got to do something. We got to get you up to 100,000.
Oh, dude, it'll grow this winter whenever I'm fucking not busy and start actually making videos again instead of just fucking hanging out and chatting and drinking beer. Because we got a lot of videos that we're going to make, especially getting ready for Paul Maiden.
Yeah. You got to make a video when I show up at the Valley High Hookers practice and get you to show me how to arm wrestle.
When's that happening?
I don't know. Maybe in the springtime after the weather's not crazy.
What, you don't want to be up here for a Canadian winter?
I don't know how to, well, I probably wouldn't have to drive anyway, but
Here's the thing, dude, you don't want to show up in the middle of summer, because if you think you're getting, like going to Canada in the middle of summer, you're getting away from your crazy heat, you are fucking wrong.
Oh, I know it gets hot there too. Yeah.
You're going to show up and it's going to be like a fucking 110 degrees, except the air is so thick and sticky, you can't breathe.
It cannot be. It can't be as bad as it is here in the summertime. I'm telling you.
I bet you it's fucking close.
The summer here is fucking brutal. And you know what? Guess what? Okay, so I'm having.
I've been in Florida and shit. It's not the same. It's not the same. So like, I live next to a big military town, right? So these guys have all been over in Afghanistan, Iraq, everything else, where it's hot as fuck, right? They're in the
Yeah.
fucking desert. It's hot.
Yeah, that's a different
But
kind
the
of heat.
heat is not the same over there. They're like 110 degrees over there is fuck all. 110 degrees here fucking sucks. Like it's terrible.
Hey, let me tell you a story about that. So, 15 years ago, I lived like 35, 40 miles south of Atlanta, and I was doing a lot of competitive shooting. I was doing a lot of pistol matches and 3-gun matches for the USPSA, which is United States Practical Shooting Association, organized, real matches, not backyard bullshit. So they had like the Georgia State match, which is a big match. And anytime you have like a state match or what they call an area match, that you always have people that come like travel to come to these big matches.
Yeah.
And this was in the end of July. It's like July, the weekend that was like July 27, 8, whatever. And it was hot. I'm not going to say it wasn't hot. It was like 92, 93 degrees. And of course, humid as fuck. And of course, that's north of where I am too. That's like 180 miles north of where I am right now. And there was a guy, a professional shooter. His name was Robert Wood. He was from Las Vegas. He comes rolling up to, I'm running the stage. I'm one of the range officers running one of the stages. Like I say, this is July. This is the end of July. He lives in Las Vegas. He comes up to my stage. His face is just red as a fucking beet. He's sweating. I mean, he looks like you just poured fucking bucket of water on top of his head. He comes walking up and he's just like, and like I say, it was only like 92 or 3. It could have been hotter. I mean, it could have easily been a good bit hotter. He comes up and he goes, it's been 110, 115 at home, and that ain't shit compared to this. I mean, it was just like, I was like, welcome to Georgia. Fucking
yeah,
humidity.
anywhere with humidity, it's different.
It's different.
We're rocking 100% humidity in the valley here all the time.
It's yeah.
Like,
Now,
we don't get a break from it.
We don't either. Never. I mean, I look forward to cold. I'm gonna give you an example, and this is what I'm pissed about. So I'm planning on this weekend having a bunch of my buddies are coming down. We're planning on going, camping out and shooting.
Why do you just lie all the time?
I'm not lying. We're planning on
have a bunch of buddies.
It's a handful, faggot. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Bundle of sticks. Damn it. Anyway, so guess what the temperature is going to be?
Such a fucking loser, Roy. Why do you always do shit like that?
I'm sorry.
Fucking loser.
Didn't mean to do that.
Like, Beer Man Incorporated, blah, 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 doesn't fucking agree with any of the fucking views shared by fucking guests.
I was meant you were a bundle of sticks. Like, you know what the high temperature is going to be Saturday?
I thought you were making fun of me for pulling the women's division.
No. Yeah, well, that too. Guess what the high temperature is going to be this Saturday here at my house? Guess.
90 degrees.
85, and it sucks. It's going to be hot as shit, and I don't even want to do it.
85? That's not hot as shit.
For November the 5th, it is too.
Man, we just set a record actually last Friday for the hottest day we've had like in 100 years on that date.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. But we still don't have snow yet, so that's pretty good.
We don't ever get snow.
We got like 18 degrees here today, so that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you this, it's actually after next Wednesday, the 9th, it's actually going to cool off and the highs are going to be in the 70s. So that's nice. But it's just, it's not uncommon for me to be like wearing shorts on Christmas here.
What's 18 degrees? Like fucking 60, 65?
Let's see. Convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. 18. Yeah, 64 and a half.
Yeah. So like that's nice.
Oh, I love 65 degrees is great. Love it.
But that's what you get all winter.
It's like hit or miss. Like
we get minus fucking 40.
Yeah, we don't ever.
Yeah.
No.
We go from minus 40 to 120 over the course of a year, and it's fucking bullshit. The winter sucks and the summer's worse.
Now it does freeze here some occasionally in the winter. Some winters we have it never freezes. Sometimes it does. Very rarely, but it does happen. We will get down to like in the teens. low for the low, like 18, 19 degrees. But that's not a lot of that's happened in the last, none of that's happened in the last 10 years. We've had like barely a winter, like only like 2 out of the last 10 years.
I think some of the chat here thinks you're transgender because you look like you're pregnant with a full-grown man in you. Or maybe you just like having full-grown men in you. Whatever.
What? Big B says he's pregnant with a full-grown man.
Is Big B saying that Roy likes to have full-grown men inside of him?
No, he just says I'm pregnant with a full-grown man.
I think you got to read between the lines there. I think B's saying you like to have full-grown men inside of you.
Cassie, Cassie McNamara, you know that person?
Maybe.
Cassie always just like running his mouth to me. I'm assuming, is Cassie a man or a woman? I don't know.
Who the fuck knows? I know that my grandmother was McNamara.
Is that right?
That's where the Irish comes from in my family.
Yeah.
So there's also a McNamara family that arm wrestles out on the East Coast. So maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know anybody named Cassie.
Cassie always has like a.
I've also never met anybody named Performance Enhancing Pancake. So going by YouTube names is like.
Well, I mean, you know who there's some of these people, you know who they are, right? I mean, some of them, not many, but.
All I know is that drinking beer raises your estrogen levels. Right now, that's a fact, yes?
Does it? I don't know.
Well, if you did know, you probably would have done better in trivia because you don't know fucking random shit very well. So, drinking beer does increase your estrogen levels. I figure with the amount of beers I consume, I probably have higher estrogen levels than any of the women that were in that class anyways. Fuck it.
Well, yeah.
No, it is true though that drinking beer does raise your estrogen levels. And if you have a girlfriend and you would like her to have bigger boobies, get her drinking pints every day. She will grow bigger boobs.
Yeah, because she's going to gain weight too.
No, not necessarily. Just the hormones and stuff with the estrogen increase. Yeah. You might put on some weight. Drinking beer adds calories. You might have a metabolism that can handle it, and you might just grow bigger titties.
A lot of chicks gain weight a lot in their boobs. I knew this chick in college, and she lost like 20 pounds, and it was like she looked the same except her tits were smaller. And I was like, probably ought to gain it back.
Yeah. So, Spike TV is an American thing, right?
Yeah. Is that what is it still called that?
I don't even know if it's there anymore. I haven't watched TV in years.
I don't really watch TV either.
But I used to. And the Wild World of Spike was like, I just love that show. It's just like dumb nonsense. Like, so anytime I do good on trivia, it's because it was either in one of those Uncle John's bathroom readers or just happened to show up on the Wild World of Spike, you know? And there was an episode that covered beer drinking versus boob growth. And every one of the women on the two drinking teams that they followed for it, every one of them grew at least one cup size since they joined the beer drinking team. Even the ones that didn't gain weight.
Well, they did gain weight just in their tits.
Yeah, no, they didn't gain weight. They just got bigger tits.
Well, I mean, it had to be some. I mean, if it's bigger, it's got to be some amount of weight gain, unless they lost weight somewhere else.
Oh, well, see, that's fucking simple math. But if they didn't gain weight, but they got bigger titties, you can do the math out yourself. I mean, that's pretty simple math. Even fucking dumbass like you can get this done, Mr. Fucking. What'd you finish with? A fucking score of 0? Dumbass.
It was rigged. The whole thing
was not rigged.
It was. I got cheated by a bunch of Canadians.
The first question was definitely rigged. But that one didn't count for points.
Yeah. Whatever.
You didn't think that was hilarious?
Yeah, it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. I gotta get the beer wife to start drinking again. She quit drinking like 3 years ago, like today.
She had to.
She
But
did have to.
you drink all of it.
Oh, she wasn't drinking beer anymore by then. So when her and I were together, like she used to like drinking beers. Like I couldn't get a case of beer after work to sit down and relax. Cause like I'm halfway through the case. I'm not allowed to drive anymore.
Right.
And it's gone.
Because she did the other half.
Yeah, well, I'm not allowed to drive it. She fucking can't. Right? Fuck, what do you do now?
Doesn't she weigh like less than 100 pounds?
Well, not when she was drinking that much. Oh God, I hope she never watches this.
I mean, over 100 pounds is not heavy.
Well, what if you're 100 pounds over 100 pounds?
That's heavy if you're a chick. I don't care if you're 6 feet tall. If you're 200 pounds, you're heavy as a chick.
Yeah, she's 4'10".
Yeah, I know. So if she ever gets to 200 pounds, you'll be able to roll her down like a basketball.
Oh, she's been over 200 pounds before.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Twice while pregnant.
Did she just go wild and just start eating everything? Like,
And once was literally just from fucking beer.
I've seen women that get pregnant and then they think, well, that's just an excuse. I can just eat like a wild fucking hog if I want to now because I'm pregnant. And they just instead of eating everything in the refrigerator, they eat the fucking refrigerator.
Fuck, that's how I got fat the first time. So my ex-wife, the first time, well, when my oldest was born, during that pregnancy, she put on a fair bit of weight. And every time she was like, well, I just want to eat this tonight. So I'm like, well, whenever you're pregnant, you can eat that. That's just fine. No problem. We'll do that. But now I'm eating it too. That was the first time in my life I ever got like fat. Well, my first time in my adult life, I was a fat little fucking kid. I was. In grade 8, I was 5'4" and 200 pounds and covered in cellulite. I was this fat little fucker.
Damn.
And then I left grade 8, still being a short fat kid. But when I got back to high school for grade 9, instead of being 5'4", 200 pounds, I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds, and I have abs. Fuck, that was a pretty good summer for me.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, fuck, I'd like to do that trade again. All of a sudden, I'm fucking 6'8" and just fucking jacked at fucking 280. Nice. Can you go through puberty again at fucking 38?
I don't think
I gotta
so.
call Hermes. I
think you have to take a lot of gas to simulate that again.
Look, if I'm gonna turn into 6'8" and jacked, I'm doing it.
I
I don't care if it fucking cuts my life expectancy down to 48. I'm still in. I wasn't expecting 48 anyways.
I wouldn't want to be that tall. Like when you get up to like 6'8" and like 6'7", 6'8", 6 above that, like it's like you're too tall, right? I mean, like things just like you don't fit. Like I'm 6'2", whatever, but I'm torso tall. Like my legs are short. And I've got a long backbone, and I can't even hardly sit in a lot of these fucking little cars now. Like because
I bet you if we had the same length of legs, I'd be taller than you.
I can wear. I had to buy a pair of like khaki pants a couple of weeks ago to go to a wedding because I literally had no pants no sort of dressy type pants that I could wear at all. I bought a 29 length pants, and
okay.
they could stand to be an inch longer, but they're not like high waters where you can see my
So
socks.
you wear a 48-30. 48 weighs 30 inches.
No, not 48. You're going to laugh. I wear, in my shorts and my pants, I wear the same thing every day. They're not the same pair, but I don't wear blue jeans. I don't wear anything like that. I wear proper cargo type technical pants. because I can fit stuff in my pockets. And I intentionally buy a 44 size waist.
So you put a belt on, you have pocket room.
Yes, the pockets are much bigger, like on these kind of shorts right here.
Yeah, I don't need to see your shorts. No, I get it. I know what they are. Like you explained. Sit the fuck down. You're being weird again.
The 44 have much bigger. I can put my gun in my pocket a lot better in a 44 instead of a 42. And I have to wear a belt. I mean,
so you wear a 44-30.
Yeah, but if I wore what I really should be wearing for waist, it's probably more like a 42 or maybe even a 40.
I wear a 40-27.
Yeah.
I got measured for a fucking suit once. And when the seamstress fucking measured me, and then she looks at me, looks at the paper, looks at me. I think I fucked this up. I got to measure you again. So she measures my waist again, goes, check. Oh, okay, checks my inseam. And she just starts laughing. Nope. I wrote it down right. What the fuck are you laughing about? Like, what the fuck is so fucking funny? This is bullshit. It just, when I go to make these, I feel like I'm making a tuxedo for like Danny DeVito when he's playing the Penguin.
You ever seen Tim Conway doing Dorf on golf?
No.
You look up Dorf on golf.
All I know is if I had the same inseam as my brothers, I would be the tallest of the family by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother James Tarzan, he's 6'4", but he's got a 36-inch inseam.
Yeah.
If I had a 36-inch inseam, motherfucker, that's like 9 inches taller. I'd be fucking 6'9".
I got a buddy I went to school with. He was my roommate. He's 6'5", and he has a 36-inch. And like when I stand next to him, his waist is like here on me.
Yeah.
Like and he's only like, 3 inches taller than me.
Yeah, I got short little fucking stumpy legs. Fucking, I don't appreciate anybody in the comment section here making fun of dwarfs though. My wife is a dwarf, so fuck you.
She's not a dwarf. She's a little person.
No, she's a dwarf.
She's a little bit of a dwarf.
No, she is a dwarf. Like she just, that's a real thing. It's true. Yeah.
What's
She's
the
a really
difference?
tall one.
What's the difference in a dwarf and a midget?
One you're not allowed to say on YouTube.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's politically incorrect.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if that's real, but it sounds right.
Big B, what's up?
B, explain to Roy that what your comment meant. He likes having full-grown men inside of him.
It was open to interpretation.
Look, I'm not gay. If I was, I would still have taste. So,
That's good.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear about what you'd be tasting if you were gay.
Right.
Gazed.
Everything just tastes like olives nowadays. Fuck. Anyway,
Probably tastes a lot like schlong.
so I've got stumpy ass fucking legs. It's ridiculous. It helped a lot with wrestling and shit because my hips are so low.
Yeah.
To get lower and like a low center of gravity is a good thing.
If you sprawled on somebody, they just couldn't get to your waist.
Yeah, no, I drive motherfuckers' heads right into the mat. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mean about it too because I think it's funny. Oh, goddamn. There is no way I can tell that story, not even in the members section. I will have to definitely tell the PG version of that. But fuck, that's funny. Anyways, yeah. So when Marcus is challenging me with all this judo bullshit, when you've wrestled competitively and you've got that low of a center of gravity, you don't worry so much about those judo guys. Like it's really hard to step around and get low enough to fucking really throw me. You just give me your back and you end up getting suplexed.
Yeah. It helps. It definitely helps having a low center of gravity.
Although
it also helps if your name's Matisse and you got immense amounts of power.
Power helps. But here's the thing. Most people try to do that fucking turn, step, throw. And I just turn to the side and then I throw. Just my center of gravity allows me an awful lot of fucking wiggle room in that counter time, right? I don't
Yeah.
need to be that fast, Johnny, on the ball. I've got extra time to turn because of how much lower I am than that.
So are your legs like, I know they're not tall or they're short, but do you have big legs? Like, are they big around
Yeah,
relatively?
fucking, I wear sweatpants for a reason. Like, I get a 40-inch wide leg jean, and you can't get a 40-27. So the best you can do is a 40 fucking 30, and then I need to get that shit hemmed, or I just step on the heels a lot, whatever. And even a wide leg at that, like, I can't put things in my pocket. Well, I can when I'm standing, but when I sit down, there's no reaching into my pocket. When we're on a road tour, like, it doesn't matter if I'm driving or passenger. The other guy's got to reach into their pocket for a lighter. I can't do it. There's just no fucking room.
Do you wear jeans a lot?
No. I wear sweatpants like all the fucking time.
Really? So I have to have a lot of pockets. I carry a lot of shit with me on a daily basis.
Well, I mean, all summer I get extra pockets, or all fall, spring, winter, I get extra pockets in my coat.
This is what I carry with me every day. There's a flashlight. There's.
You ever hear that song? I bet
Extra
you'll never
mag.
guess what I got in my pocket.
There's this. There's this.
Where's your butt plug?
I'm not going to show my pistol.
I'd have to take my shorts off to find my butt plug for
Why
you.
didn't you show you should have showed your plantar fasciitis thing. I know you carry that with you too.
I don't carry that. It stays on the floor here under my desk.
That
so-
goes everywhere with you, motherfucker. Don't give me that shit.
Hey, that thing's really been a big help to me. No joke. Like, it's really good. My feet are way better since I started using it.
And
Yeah.
Schmo, I sit to pee because I have a sore back and it's comfortable. And the bathroom's like the only room in my house where people leave me the fuck alone.
It's your haven.
Yeah. I just pretend I'm pooping half the time I go to take a piss. Like, I just sit down, take my piss, play on my phone, and
Yeah.
nobody bugs me.
You're like Al Bundy.
No, all the kids know when dad's taking a shit, you don't want to go anywhere near that bathroom. You don't even knock on that door because it might kill you. You know? So yeah, I sit to pee for a bunch of reasons. Plus, I pull in the women's division. What do you want?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
God,
not
I really
really-
want to tell
you
that
don't get to
story
tell them
about
how to
fucking
pee.
planting that dude's face into the mat.
I mean, if it's a wrestling contest story, you can do that. I mean,
Not a chance.
did you like stick your nuts
can
in
you
his
read that?
beer or something?
Far worse. Far worse.
Backwoods
Backwoods.
cognac.
Cognac, yeah. I'm crossovering for the show. They're backwoods, but it's also cognac. You know
So
what
it's
I mean?
like
So
they soak the
smoking
wrapper.
and drinking. I've officially elevated things to a different level on the show.
B, when are we drinking that bottle that's in that box?
it's there. It's aging.
Yeah,
I
but
have
when
some
do
other
I get to
bottles
come
that
and
I
drink
haven't
that
told
with you?
I got some other stuff that's tucked away that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, but I want to drink that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So when do I get to come drink that?
It's a good question.
Look, when I beat Paul, that Shield Maiden, bitch ass motherfucker, when I get back, we're going to celebrate and we're going to drink that.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I think his
Nice.
nickname is Paul Iron Maiden, actually. I think that's his real name. Right.
Wow, I don't know how good they were with working iron on their shields, but whatever. I think they were mostly wood.
So, the old cognac swirl, delicious, just delicious.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a winner.
I didn't know they.
And that's XO, by the way. Eh? You can't forget that the XO matters. That makes it way better.
Is that like blunts or is that like loose
Yeah.
tobacco?
It's well, I mean, it's a cigar. Like there's a
Okay,
tobacco.
I got you.
But then I unravel it. I take the cigar guts out and I roll it with the marijuana.
Right. I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen backwoods chewing tobacco, but I've never seen cigars.
Have you seen cognac XO ones?
No, I've never
Yeah.
seen any of them.
There you
That's
go.
interesting.
You're welcome.
That's kind of like backwoods and like blood. You ever seen bloodhound chewing tobacco?
Bloodhound? No.
Yeah, we
All right,
have that.
guys. I'm gonna be right back. Me, during my absence,
Yeah.
if for any reason you feel like calling Roy a dumb shit or something, feel free.
Duly
Yeah.
noted.
Me
Yeah.
and B are buddies, man.
I'll be right
cool.
back.
We're cool, man. There's no
We cool, man. We
there's
cool.
no hostility.
No beef. We got no beef.
Fucking jeans today, though.
Ah, see,
Yeah, but
Ah.
look.
It's because he was on his bike earlier. That's why.
are you?
Yeah,
are you?
yeah.
Oh, they're insulated though. Those are insulated jeans because I was on the bike and it's cold out.
The
Damn.
sweatpants aren't as cool on the Harley.
Yeah, I'd be wearing leather in case I skint my ass down the highway.
He had a little bit of leather on. He had chaps.
Yeah, I would. A lot of times you don't get a second chance on a motorcycle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, you got to look out for everybody else, and the level of like how stupid people have gotten, especially since the advent of smartphones and people playing with their phones going down the fucking road. They'll just run over you and kill you. And
Oh yeah, when you're on a bike, you're fucking, you're fucked. Like if someone touches you, you're fucking mangled.
I knew a guy several years ago here that was riding a bike, and he was hauling ass just on it's a paved road, but it's like a country road going. You can go all the way to I-75 on it here, but he was doing like 100 and something.
Miles?
100 miles an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
And a fucking deer ran out in front of him, and he hit it.
Ooh.
And he got really lucky.
No,
he went. It was like a deep kind of not really ditch, but like a low, like this was near the river, so the highway's kind of built up, and then if you went off, it was like kind of down.
like a culvert.
It was grass, and it was like thick grass. So he ended up breaking his collarbone. It bruised him up real bad, but I think the only thing he really broke was like his arm and his collarbone. But
Oh, that's lucky.
he hit that deer. It was a doe, and she was pregnant, and he hit that deer and knocked the baby out of her.
Jesus, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was a bad deal.
For someone.
Yeah, he's lucky. If he'd landed on the highway, it probably would have killed him. Or he
Dude,
would
my
have
buddy, actually, he was fucking just past North Bay, and fucking it's a 2-lane highway, right? And fucking all of a sudden, in the middle of the road, there's a big dirty ass fucking black bear. And he hit it dead on. And when he hit it, his fucking car went airborne. He kind of blacked out for a second. I guess he had his foot on the brake, so he stopped. But then, like, I have videos of it. Like, it's fucking gross, bro. Like, it's just bear meat all over the place. Like, he was just chum. You know what I mean? And the amount of blood that came out of the bear.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was a 300-pound fucking bear at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot of liquid.
Yeah. I'm not sure like what the weight on a black bear, like one on our black bear is here, but it was a big one. Whatever it wasn't a small bear.
I would say they probably get pretty big there. We have in North Georgia mountains several years ago near where I camped, a guy like one mountain over from us, a guy. No, this was like the record for guy killed like a 550-pound black bear. And that like I say, that's a big one, but it's not uncommon to see a 300 or more. They get that big.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So I was in the right category.
I would imagine that the bears probably up there get bigger just because it's colder in the winter and stuff, and they.
Yeah. Exactly.
The deer tend to be. Do y'all have white-tailed?
Don't get very big. I mean, they're black bears.
Black bear.
So a 300-pound bear.
Yeah.
That's a good sized bear.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it was at least a 300-pound bear.
They will get up to even 500-600 here. I
Yeah.
saw a black bear, the biggest black bear I've ever seen. I'm assuming it's somewhere around that 600-pound mark. And when I
Respectable.
watched this motherfucker walk, it was taller than the cars, right? Like this thing was fucking enormous.
Yeah, yeah.
And bears hibernate, so I don't see how the colder weather is going to be good for the bears getting bigger, you know?
Well, it's
Yeah.
just like the deer are bigger. Like if you go like deer, we have white-tailed. Huh?
How are our deers bigger?
Oh, well, do you have white-tailed deer there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all we
what's a-
have here.
What's a big one? Like what's a big male?
240 is pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's,
was gonna say what, like 200, 250?
Yeah, like 250 is fucking good.
Yeah.
You can get out there. I mean, the
that's an
biggest one
enormous one here.
we've ever gotten was like 280.
Like that's a monster here. Like you don't see a lot even 200. I mean, 200 pounds is big. The biggest deer I ever killed weighed 240 pounds, and he was this big. He didn't have a huge rack, but he was an 8-point. But his body was like, I swear to some bitch. I killed him with my truck. I hit him.
The biggest deer I ever got 10 points in Bancroft's probably 210. Now, my dad's been hunting a long time, and he's got some fucking trophies. Like, his basement, I will never, ever in my life see something in the wild in this area like what he's got hanging. Like, the
Yeah.
chances are just like so astronomically low that I will ever put something like that on my wall. But the biggest racks that he's got, so he's got there's two of them specifically are really nice. One they call Evander Holyfield because he's missing fucking half of his ear and it looks like a perfect bite mark out of it.
Nice.
And they were shot like within a mile of each other 2 years apart.
Yeah.
But when you look at the racks on them, it's like I guarantee that is that motherfucker's father.
Yeah.
So Evander would have been the father. And he has just a beautiful fucking 12-point rack. And he was like 265. Like he was fucking huge.
Yeah, that's big.
His son was probably 220. But this thing is fucking ridiculous. So he had one that was broken off, or else Boone and Crockett would have been all over that. He had 14-inch G1 tines.
Wow.
14-inch. Like a perfect 10-point, but it had one broken. So it only scored like
That
190 or something.
Yeah.
Because that fucking broken one fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Just
So how far do you have to go? You have to go west to find mule deer?
Yes.
How far west would you have to go to find mule deer?
Like
there?
Alberta.
Oh, all the way out there. Okay.
Like fucking 40 hours. We saw a pile of those motherfuckers on the drive.
Yeah.
I bet you we saw. Now, I didn't see many mule deer. They're out there, but they got a big deer problem out there, right? When we went out there, the day, like, so we left my place at like noon, and it's like a 36-hour drive there. So we're getting into the hotel at like midnight. But fuck, it's daylight like all fucking day out there. Like there's like 3 hours of darkness in the middle of summer out there.
You're that far north.
Well, between how far you are north and how flat those fucking plains are. Like if you've never seen that shit in person, man,
Yeah.
it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. The first time you drive out into those plains and you actually look around and how long and flat everything is.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you could watch your dog run away for 3 days.
If you had a scope.
Man, so, like, normally you can only see a couple of miles in any direction, hills, blah, 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 whatever. Out there, man, you can see fucking forever.
Yeah.
Like, 20 miles, you could just look. It's a straight fucking field.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
there's
a little,
fields in Alberta bigger than your state.
yeah. It's a little bit like that here in, like, when you're going across Kansas. I've driven across Kansas from east to west, and fuck, like, you can just see, you see headlights and you think you're meeting this, or actually we were like going on a road that was parallel to train tracks. You could see for like over an hour. I saw this train coming with its headlight before we actually met it.
Yeah, try passing a train on that shit.
Yeah.
It takes you a day and a half. Fuck.
Yeah.
So Saskatchewan's got a bunch of mule deers. That's where we saw most of them. Because we were running out of daylight by the time we were getting through into Alberta. But we stopped counting at like 114 or something, or our count got all fucked up. There was just so many fucking deer. Right. So the government actually needed, or Alberta Health Department or whatever, I think it was last year, maybe the year before. The deer was such a problem out there that they needed to call in the fucking army to come in and cull 80,000 fucking deer.
Damn.
Like that was just a cull. That is the army, the military doing training exercises out of helicopters, just fucking wasting these motherfuckers. 80,000 culled.
Have you ever seen any of the
And they still had a full fucking deer season where everybody just gets like 9 tags.
Yeah.
That,
You ever
it
seen
might
any
be
of the,
6 tags. I don't know why I said 9. I think 6 is probably right. But you just get 6 fucking deer tags. Right?
Right.
Like for free. Just
you ever
around
seen
here,
any of
it's
the
not the same.
you ever seen any of the helicopter hog hunts on YouTube?
Yes. I want
Oh
to
yeah.
do that on a bear hunt. But also it being a spear only hunt.
I missed fucking bear night up in the valley there. How is bear? Like how do you cook it?
Fucking fantastically
Yeah.
in my dehydrator or smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real greasy if you don't do it right.
I
Right.
turn bear into jerky.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing you can do with it.
Well, the problem with bear is the trichinosis issue is it's pretty high,
Yeah.
right? Bears, hogs, they get the trick, and you don't want it. So
No, you don't want it.
you got to
No.
like keep that shit frozen for 6 months, and then you've got to cook it to a minimum internal temperature to make sure that that shit's not alive, even after it being frozen for 6 months.
Yeah.
So the trick don't live through the smoking or dehydration process, though. I still
Right.
freeze it for 6 months first before I do it, just to be on the safe side, because like that's just not good.
No.
But bears and hogs, they're so bad for the trick. Like deer, moose, venison, eat that shit fresh, right?
Oh, when I
Bears,
grill
not so much.
deer backstrap, and I barely get it hot. Like I eat it almost fucking raw. I mean, it's good that way to me. Like the worst thing you
throw
can
that
do.
shit on the grill, kiss it twice, and send it over.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is overcook it.
Well, I don't like deer.
I mean,
Here's the thing. I grew up eating deer. That's it. Like, that's it. We did
Yeah.
not eat beef. Why the fuck are we going to go pay for that when we can just get our own deer?
right.
Right. And now I love my father. I got a lot of good things from him, and everything bad with me comes from my father too. But I got some good things from him as well. I am glad I did not inherit his cooking. For a guy that's been like a butcher and meat cutter for his entire life, you know, and a very good one. Fucking people would drive for an hour just to go to the grocery store that he runs the meat department at to get all their meat for the next week or two every time.
Right.
He knows meat and he hunts. Like, I learned a lot. But the motherfucker can't cook a steak worth shit. Boot leather. Like,
He's
if it
over.
ain't burnt on the outside and gray on the inside, it ain't coming off the barbecue yet.
Yeah, that's not good.
Right? It's just terrible, terrible.
Yeah.
We lived on deer meat. So when I was a kid, when it's steak night, which was 5 nights a week,
Ugh.
you know, I tried to eat as many pieces of bread with butter dipped in ketchup as I could. Because I couldn't stand eating that shit. And now, the pepperettes, the sausage, everything else that we did with the deer, fantastic, just fine. But I still to this day can't eat deer steak. Like I actually don't even know what deer would taste like cooked properly.
It's pretty good.
Now, Bee can attest that I know how to cook.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is,
tried it with deer.
A lot of people say, you know, oh, I don't like deer. It tastes so gamey. Well, if you know how to.
Have you ever eaten a moose?
Yeah, I've had moose. Yeah.
Motherfucker, that's gamey.
Well,
not when I cook it.
A lot of it with deer, anyway. My experience is okay. So you kill one. If you've got a walk-in cooler, which I know there is one available to me here, you hang it and let it hang for several days. Or if you don't have,
we had the big meat cooler and everything in the garage.
But if you don't have that, you put it in ice chests and you put ice on it and you drain that bloody water out. You drain that bloody water out.
Quarter it up and fucking.
You keep draining the blood off, all that bloody water for like a week.
Like fucking stickers in there to keep it above the ice.
Yeah, well, you want to.
So it's like it's hanging, but it's being propped up. You don't want it actually sitting on the ice.
But that takes the gamey out. Like if you just kill one and like cut it up and put it in the freezer, yeah, it's going to taste like shit. I mean, if you don't let it age it some way.
Right. So we got a butcher out here. We do our own, but this guy will hang your deer depending on like if you want to pay the extra for like a significant period of time. The problem with that is a deer is not a very big animal, and there's a lot of waste when you age it 35 days hanging.
Oh, right? Yeah.
So if you got to cut 1.5 inches off of everything on a big ass fucking AAA grade fucking beef, yeah, there's a lot of fucking pounds going into that box.
Yeah.
When you got to do it with a deer, the fucking pounds in the box versus the pounds going into your fridge are not even close. Like it's just doesn't make sense why somebody would do it until I had a steak from that.
And it was good.
And that guy didn't know how to cook steak either. But I was like, fuck, that makes a big difference. Like maybe I should still do deer, we'll do that every time. But then I got a problem with fucking wasting all this meat.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm actually gonna try deer again. Just cook it properly.
Yeah, you would like it. I think you would like how I do it. I mean,
I like food.
I do too.
And I'm not really picky unless I'm the one cooking. If anybody else is cooking, I don't give a fuck.
It's like bonus.
Man, you put it on my plate, I'm fucking eating it. But when I'm cooking, I am never satisfied with the result. Like I'm nitpicking about, I fucked this up, I fucked that up. Anyways, so back to my dad being so bad at cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. I just assumed this is how he thought it was supposed to be done. That's how he wanted it. So I made a comment to him the other night. I guess this is over the summer about being so bad at fucking cooking steak. Like, Dad, I don't hurt your feelings or nothing, but I don't want to eat steak here. Like, you burn the fuck out of it. Like, it's not good. Now, he wouldn't fucking come out and tell me, but his girlfriend's like, he doesn't mean to do that. He just doesn't know how to do it properly. Like, wait, so like a proper medium rare steak, and like, you're good with that? He's like, well, that's how he prefers it. That motherfucker, my whole life's been a lie. Like, all right, Dad, I'm coming out here.
I'll be right back.
Steak, and I'm cooking the steak, Dad.
Yeah.
So I did. Now I was when you're cooking, you feed everybody else first, right?
Yeah.
So I got the strip loins on the fucking in the cast iron. I feed everybody else. I got to do mine last. Now I can't hear them talking in the kitchen or at the dining room table over the sound of the fucking sizzling while I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Twice twice that motherfucker said how good it was, and that I wasn't a complete fuck up. I could at least do something well.
Oh, wow.
Twice.
And you weren't. You didn't.
You think
weren't
he'd
there to
say
get
that
it?
shit once I sat down again?
No.
Once I sat down again, he was just yelling at me over Cobra.
What up, pimp?
Hey, Big B, what's good with you?
Just keeping it slow motion. You know me.
Oh man, slow it right down. What up with you, Evan?
Oh, well, we were just having a conversation about my dad being terrible at cooking fucking steak.
Was he dried out?
Man, the
Yeah.
outside was burnt and the inside was fucking gray old boot leather. And I just thought deer was shit for my entire life. Apparently, I need to try eating deer again whenever I'm cooking instead of my dad.
Oh, venison, not beef. Okay, yeah, he dried out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
What?
don't like eating beef. Well, you don't eat
Oh,
beef
boot
at
leather.
dad's house. Like he hunts, he's not buying fucking beef. So
Yeah. Venison free, beef money. You're eating the venison.
I only eat fucking beef now because I learned how to cook, and it's just fucking awesome.
Mm-mm-mm.
What's going on with your Big B?
Bro, I'm just
Doing
in
that?
Are
hibernation
you
mode to
still
the
working
12.
on that motherfucker?
Yeah,
Playing with
yeah,
some
yeah, I got a terrible pack.
Big B playing with some flowers.
Oh
It
yeah.
reminds me
yeah,
of my
yeah.
birthday. Like, holy shit, it's like an hour to roll that motherfucker.
No. We're
Let
done.
him
We're
be.
done. We're
Let him
done.
get it right.
Okay, so earlier in the podcast here, I made mention of that birthday party while
No, you
trying to
didn't.
explain Drunkle Chuck to people. And I
Oh.
think by explaining his actions that night, everybody got the wrong impression of Drunkle Chuck. We
Uncle
love
Chuck.
Drunkle Chuck. Drunkle Chuck's awesome. He
Yeah.
was just out of hand that night.
He's kind of cooler when he's got his helmet on strapped to an ambulance chair, but yeah, he's cool.
We're not kidding. In his garage, he's got
Yeah.
an ambulance seat with the seatbelt there. So once he gets too fucking after it, we put his helmet on and we put up the seat buckle. Like we strap him in.
That's it.
So if we gotta leave, we're not worried about him falling over, right?
He goes fucking linguini legs. He goes from 0 to straight legs linguine like quick. And of course, I don't have my damn lighter.
Well, B, that's what happens when dudes the size of Cobra try to keep up with us, though.
Hey, hey,
What's up, Cobra?
hey, Roy, how are you?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm well.
So Cobra, what do you got? Like 16 days or something?
Something.
18 days.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck this dude up?
Somebody's gonna say go. Something's gonna happen.
He's going to exploding hand technique him.
Oh shit! Did you see that?
Alan.
Alan Ford with the exploding hand technique.
I
Textbook.
did not say it.
Yeah, where
Should've.
he caught the guy and just pressed him down.
Wait,
That happens.
how do I do this?
Okay.
I don't. Fuck.
I seen earlier on the live rocking the shit out of that handlebar mustache there, OG. I said, damn, I see, oh, that stash is pimp.
Hard
Holy
work.
moly.
Hard work, man.
Yeah. I can imagine you just going to the grocery store and in character, full character. You know what I mean? People will be impressed. That'd be impressive.
Goofy, make believe stuff.
Cobra,
Yeah, bad.
you are the exploding hand technique guy, right?
That's the word on the street. Yeah.
Like that's your shit. Okay. Let me figure out if I can get this done properly.
All right.
I gotta close this. I'm gonna try it again. Ooh, okay. If I do that, and then I do this,
Yeah, you've actually done something.
is that working?
Yeah.
Do we want
Yeah,
to hear what
I
Devin has to
can-
say here?
I can see Alan.
No, we don't want to hear him.
Can you hear him?
It's very low.
Can't hear him.
It's very low. I can barely hear him. But that don't matter. I mean, okay, that's a little bit higher.
Go! Oh man! Oh man! Wow! Oh, this is wow!
That's great.
Yeah, but he actually pulled males unlike Beer Man.
Like, that's some fucking. Oh shit! I don't know how to get back to this now.
Yeah, Alan didn't let him run.
Yeah, he just grabbed onto his thumb and smashed him.
He didn't grab onto it. Dude gave it to him.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, you're doing it.
You are viewing Evan Burgoyne's screen. That's what it says to me. It says view.
Yeah.
Okay,
You did it.
I
Yeah.
got it. I got it. I figured it out.
So how you feeling? How's it feeling, Cobra? How's the hand? Feel like you're ready to
I'm a little
rock?
tender. I'm a little tender, but I'll be all right. You know.
You been doing table time some?
But no,
Just weights.
just working with my body a little bit. Trying to make sure that I can fight.
Have you not figured out there's no point asking Cobra questions like that? Because this is the kind of fucking bullshit answer you get every time.
Just trying to help.
Yeah,
Cobra, you gonna see a move like that?
I hope not.
What? You don't want to pull off that exploding hand technique?
I'll just go wherever the match takes me.
See, this is why it's impossible to ask you this shit. All we get is answers like that.
It's like if Cobra was on like a basketball team, they'd be like, "What's your strategy for today? We're gonna score more points than them. We're gonna win."
Yes. Score the basketball. Score the basketball.
Reminds me of Terrence Howard in movie 43. Have you ever seen that shit?
No.
It's an all-black basketball team that is super worried about playing against this like Ivy League school full of white kids in basketball, like way back in the day.
I think I've heard of that.
And they keep talking about, oh yeah, but their fundamentals are so good. And Terrence Howard's all, you're black, they're white. This shit ain't hockey.
Yeah.
I was fucking hilarious. Like, yeah, but they're fundamentals. Hey, Lucius, how big's your dick? I don't know, foot and a half. Dribble the ball with that motherfucker.
That's true.
If you've never seen that fucking movie 43 is just this
Oh,
collage
it's
of
all
different dumbass skits with like
Tough
high
skits,
profile actors the whole way through. The whole thing's fucking hilarious. It's like if Saturday Night Live was a movie and had a lot of money.
That was funny.
It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I love that fucking scene. Either way, Cobra is impossible to ask questions about upcoming matches or even anything back in the day. If you want to hear a good story from Cobra, you need to have somebody that was there during it also on the show so Cobra can say, all right, you go ahead and tell the story.
So here's a statement. King Hoddle in the chat says, Cobra, Ingen said you are the greatest top roller in history. Creak, 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 creak.
Ingen said that.
Ingen did.
It's kind.
It's like
Thank
King
you for
Hoddle.
the kind words.
And Cobra either goes with
take
either
that as
goes
a
with kind
compliment.
words by Ingen, or you know, you never know. If you catch him in the right mood, he might say, well, Ingen's the one that knows.
He's very
Cobra,
stoic.
why can't you just say you're gonna fuck this dude up?
He does.
Are you gonna win? Like, you were willing to bet 10 stacks on Devin. Now we know that
I
that
lost
turned out
10 stacks
fucking
on
poorly.
Devin.
But
Pardon?
would you be willing to bet money on you in this match?
No.
Oh, fuck. That's disheartening.
Hey, you should bet another 10 stacks on Devin on this next one. I think he's going to win it.
You might get his money back then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's talk about matches that don't involve you, Cobra.
All right.
What do you
Maybe we
think
get a
about
conversation.
Devin and
What,
Prudnik? Who you like in Devin?
Well, hold
Prudnik?
on. Before we get to that, is this East versus West card better now that we've had injuries and pullouts?
I think Devin makes the card shine a little brighter.
Well, it's not just Devin.
Mhm.
There's the Chafee instead of Jerry.
True. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Is that a
But
better match or a worse one?
Devin's got pop though. You know what I mean?
Oh, well,
It's-
Devin's got that whole fucking big
it
following.
makes a
that adds to
difference
the
at
card.
the box office.
Yeah.
Well,
But as
you know
far
what I
as-
liked? I don't know if you've seen the video, but I guess Levon did an interview and he said that first round Devin, he said like that was number 2 for sure over everyone. You know what I mean? He said that like that was the strongest that he had felt from Vitali, from anyone.
Everybody.
You know what I mean?
That
Yeah.
Devin was clearly the number 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Yet halfway through that round, he stands up and jerks off into Devin's face.
Skeet, skeet.
Now, man, when I saw him do that, lift his leg and jerk that thing, I actually thought my prediction was going to come true, and he was going to reach over, pull Devin onto his side of the table, and use him like a flashlight.
Mhm.
But yeah,
So the question is, do you think Dave versus Hermes is better than, or Hermes is better than Jerry versus Hermes?
Herpes. I call him herpes.
I don't.
I think he had a better chance against Jerry.
His top row is really, really strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
but Jerry doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think stylistically, Jerry is much harder for a pure top roller
Yeah.
than Dave is. Well, Dave and Jerry are both like absolute fucking nightmares to top roll. Like, how many guys have you ever seen top roll Dave Chafee?
Travis.
Dave was
Yeah.
injured. That doesn't count.
That was just speed.
Michael Todd after wearing him out.
Yeah, fresh. Anytime you see anybody that wants to come at Dave with a fundamental arm wrestling style, they lose. I mean, even Saplinkov during his wins was King's move, right?
Has Dave ever pulled Richard Lupke's?
Yes.
What happened?
Dave fucking smashed him.
Wow.
Like straight up was too strong everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that?
Right. Now Richard's old,
Yeah.
but still.
Easy on the old stuff, man.
Well, you're pulling an old guy too, so it's fair.
True.
But Richard was like 20 years past where he was the fucking big dog running around killing everybody. But Richard at 60 was still like the strongest dude that anybody had ever arm wrestled.
Yeah.
But Richard at 60 ain't touching Richard at 40.
No.
So either way, I think the Jerry match was I was favoring Jerry a lot due to Jerry not giving a shit if you take his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
those guys were going to go in the straps, weren't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
But Dave is a guy that's going to match you right dead center. And we're going to find out who's got the better up top high hand game. I think it's a far more interesting match. I don't know if it's easier, but it's more interesting as a fan.
We might find out how Hermes goes with a busted wrist.
Mm.
No, if Irby's wrist busts, he's fucked.
Hmm.
There's no way. I don't know if Dave will be able to take his hand every round, but the only guy that I've ever seen pull straight up topside through Dave is Levon. And that's it. Anybody else that's done it has done it while Dave was tired.
Hermes is he's pretty quick out of the hole, right? He's got a hole shot, right?
Yeah, but does it matter how fast you hit a fucking concrete block?
If you can get a piece of position, yeah.
And we're not talking about these fucking fixed ones from karate movies. We're talking about a real concrete, solid fucking block of concrete.
Oh, I see.
You know, the faster you hit it, just the more damage you do to your hand.
Damn it.
It'll be interesting to see. Dave seems to be putting a little bit more pronation into his game lately instead of just kind of flat wrist side pressure. So I mean, I think Adamus is going to have a hard time with him.
Big B, you got that? Is that lit properly?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see it. You see
Hey,
it.
B, we're gonna put a little care package together. Gonna vacuum pack some fucking little something with
Giggly
some
twig.
spicy other something.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see how spicy a jerky cobra can handle on alive.
Interesting. I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, come on. Fuck with it. Your wife's got my address, Evan.
Yeah, I know. I know. Because you send it to her every fucking day, you weirdo. Fuck.
I'm not the one that's talking about Uncle Bad Touch.
Do we talk about that tonight?
Yeah, your uncle that hurt your
Allegedly.
$3,000 couch.
Oh no, that's not Uncle Bad Touch. I thought you were talking about something way worse.
Horrible.
Well, fuck, if it wasn't for him, I would have never ended up working for you. So what are you talking about? Do we think Dave's press is even going to get involved with this match? And how tired would Hermes have to be for Dave's press to matter? Obviously, if it was Jerry still, that press is happening right away. I like this match better with Dave. I thought Jerry was going to kill Hermes. Dave, if he's not fucked up from that Vitaly match, I don't know how that happened. But if he's ready to go, I really like this matchup.
Yeah, I like Dave. I mean, the whole thing is, I mean, can he have the stamina and the endurance he had against Vitaly? I mean, he may not need it, but if it does, end up being a stop match and it's just like a war, then
when you watch that match, you saw Dave having stamina and endurance.
Yeah,
I saw Dave being absolutely fucked and desperate, and he just wanted to win so bad. He did something that he would never normally do and just fucking gritted that motherfucker out. I saw all heart, and he was fucked. There was no stamina or endurance on Dave's end. It was just he wanted it that goddamn bad.
Did he make moves, or was it like, look what I found?
He just said, well, I guess I can't do this anymore. Let's try this shit. But he made an adjustment.
He committed.
And normally Dave was a guy that would just die by the sword. I do this, and if it's not working, I guess I'm fucked.
I've always wondered that about him. It seems like he's always been so strong, but it seemed like the technical side of it, like he just was he just didn't try anything else. Like he just had that sort of one thing he was great at. And
right. And the one thing he was great at was being incredibly fucking strong.
Yeah.
I never looked at Dave and said, that dude knows how to arm wrestle.
Right.
I look at Dave and be like, that guy is so fucking strong in everywhere that's good for arm wrestling. Yeah. That's what I saw with Dave. But true. Now he's willing to try other shit. Even if it's not his ace, fuck it. He wants to win. That dude's ready to fight. I loved it. Absolutely my favorite match of the last several years.
Hey, I'll tell you what I'd like to see again sometime in the near future. It's Devin and Dave again. I'd like to see that match again.
Not on a WL table.
That's actually, I think that's probably my favorite match. Like when I show my friends, like, yo, if you want to see what professional arm wrestling is, I'll show them the Dave and Devin match. Because it's like Devin versus Bart, his wife, and fucking Dave. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Devin not listening to the referee's commands, breaking the rules flagrantly, being an asshole, and then complaining about them trying to ask him to follow the rules. And then
isn't that the same thing?
Dave is just such a shitty human being that he drops into a king's move.
He did.
After talking all this shit about he would rather lose honorably, I hate that match. The whole thing is terrible. I think everybody involved in that match is a terrible person. Dave, Devin, Bart, fucking whatever his wife's name is, all of them. Terrible people.
Okay.
But a lot of people have seen it, so who am I?
I love that match. I go back and watch it all fairly regularly. Just
I
the
really don't like
nonsense.
that match, actually, though. As far as arm wrestling goes, I'm not seeing a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of technical arm wrestling in it. It's clashing, which is cool, but there's an awful lot going on that there's just 1,000 better matches out there.
It's the weaker guy figuring out a way to beat the stronger guy. That's what it is. In a super match, just fucking around and just gassing him out with all the setup and bullshit.
The best part of that match is the bug-eyed Devin memes.
Yeah.
Like when Devin's setting records about how far his eyes can protrude from his skull, that's cool. Everything else, the table with the sign breaking, that was kind of cool too.
Oh, come on. Yeah, big boy. Yeah, big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
That's a classic. That's such a meme.
It was
This
the
is
match
what
was
you wanted.
built on like a good versus evil, except the good went evil too.
Yeah, Devin definitely looks like a villain in there.
I love that match.
I don't know. There's a lot better matches out there for both guys. I don't know. Not my favorite match.
You know, different strokes. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? I do not like Travis. I do like Richard. But I would say if I'm trying to show somebody a fucking match, you guys all got to know which match I'm saying.
Stand up, Rich.
Stand up. Stand up, biggin. I'm going to bust that hand back as soon as you stand up.
Yeah.
That one for me does it, right? It's got all the boxes checked. You got one guy that's too fucking strong. The other guy is really, really good at targeting very specific spots. And the whole way it played out, I thought that match was fucking incredible. That's the one I like to show people.
The high step. I love the high step.
I don't like Travis. I also really like to show people just how massive Richard is when he turns around after his win, rolls his shoulders, and you see both tits go, bop, bop. Like, he doesn't know who he's flexing at. That's just him all fired up and just flexing.
You know that you did see, or you do know the like he was on Neil Pickup's thing several months ago now.
Who was?
Lutke's.
Yeah.
And he basically said, I never practiced arm wrestling. I never had a team. I just lifted weights like hell.
Right.
Like he never, I mean, imagine if he had actually been like practicing like with a team and like he could have been
Cobra.
Yeah.
If Richard Lovekiss had your technical ability, would he still be number one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
at
motherfucker
67,
would.
he still would be. Yeah.
Oh, the dude's just a fucking juggernaut.
Oh,
It's crazy.
he's
Okay.
one of them frost giants.
Now we can do the Devin Prudnick match that I was trying to put off.
That's going to be fun.
Who wins?
I'm cornering for Devin with Matt. So Devin, of course.
Yeah.
Is he winning because you're cornering him?
I'm part of the recipe.
Could he win without you?
Absolutely.
Cobra, suck at this. Yeah, I think Devin wins no matter who's in his corner. If he has anybody in his corner, he could have fucking Prudnick's guys in his corner, in Devin's corner, giving him
Oh, you
shit
don't want
advice.
that. Don't want that.
Devin's still gonna win,
Yeah, I think he.
but I think you're gonna see a hell of a match.
Yeah.
B,
Yo,
Prudnick, Devin, how's it go?
fucking bring your broom. You're getting swept.
I love you, brother.
Bring the broom.
But you are still under that spell. Sometimes
Could be.
you can tell that you're still new and on Devin's team. You believe all that nonsense Devin tells everybody.
So what do you think is going to happen?
I think you're looking at a fucking war where Devin's going to be playing the come from behind thing.
Really?
And you're going to see Cobra whispering sweet nothings to Devin. And what really happens is Devin's endurance takes over and he wins the match. But everybody's going to think Cobra looks like the one that did it.
Huh.
That sounds like a perfect ending to me.
Well, that's just how I see the match going. Like, I don't think Devin's winning the first round. But he's not showing up strong like he's getting ready to pull Levon. He's showing up in good shape. He's fucking well trained.
He's done a lot of arm wrestling lately, that's for sure.
But a 300-pound Devin and a 250-pound Devin, like, there's going to be a strength gap, right? He's not just going to look. The dude that showed up to pull Levon before that bicep tear is going to stand there just like this, and Brunick ain't moving him, right? Like, he's showing up a lot closer to the shape that he was in to pull blah blah blah.
Yeah, but John said he was strongest he's ever felt, and that was, their match was what, less than a year ago.
Well, the strongest he's ever felt, Devin.
Yeah,
For sure. Well, he was definitely the strongest he's ever been. I think John was the strongest he'd ever been when he pulled Devin.
Really?
Yes, arm wrestling, like every other sport, fucking evolves. You can't put the champions of today against the champions of yesteryear and expect it to be good. They're like, there's very few exceptions in combat sports to that rule. The more recent the champion, the more likely he dominates previous champions. Just how it goes. Now, MMA is another new sport. Arm wrestling, although it's old as shit, pretty new to this whole mainstream shit, right? Any of the big dog champions now are whooping the champions of yesteryear. With the exception, I did say there's a few exceptions. Cobra. Everybody else, shit. You take anybody in the UFC now, I don't care how long back you want to go, I will take the champions now to beat the champions of any other year previously. And the further back you go, the harder your argument gets.
A lot of that just is it. You say that, but it's like if you took those guys from, say, whatever 20 years ago that in their prime and put them now
With the cross training now.
Right, but they don't have that. It's not the same thing.
I'm just saying, like, you're kind of, it's like comparing eras in baseball. Like professional baseball in the United States is so different now than it used to be.
Well, it's not really like that because I literally said the words combat sports.
No, I'm just saying, like, to compare eras, like, things change in any kind of competitive thing. Like, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't disagree that things, people get better. Like the average person is better than the average person was 20 years ago.
Right. As that average goes up, and now you've got a guy that stands so far ahead of the fucking pack.
Yeah. I think
no, GSP is not walking out. Well, yeah, he's gonna beat Leon Edwards. I don't think GSP would beat fucking Usman.
I don't know about that.
GSP only came back to fight Bisping because it was Bisping.
And the bread.
Yeah, but it didn't matter how much money there was. If it was somebody that could actually, that was really good, he wouldn't have done it.
Bisping was good. Come on.
Sure, good.
I mean,
he was good.
He's
good. Cool. The guy was good.
He was. He wasn't just a fucking tomato can.
One of my favorite knockouts.
Henderson.
I was haggling the shit out of Michael Bisping when he was in Ottawa. When UFC came to Ottawa, I was cage side right behind that fucking guy. And he kept coming, he kept looking at me, he's like, yo, he'd be like, bro, like what the fuck? You know what I mean? I was haggling, he'd be trying to do interviews. It was fucking hilarious.
Step up, motherfucker.
Yeah. He was
What did Henderson say? I just had to
he
shut his
took it in
mouth a
good
little
stride.
bit.
He took it in good stride.
I
I
love
thought
that
it killed
Henderson.
him.
I
Yeah.
was so fucking happy when that shit happened.
Just
But
had to
I'll
shut
tell
his
you,
mouth a little bit.
Whew. Hendo landed a fucking
The
rocket
Superman
on him.
punch to the floor.
Yeah, he hit him as hard as he could hit somebody.
twice.
I mean,
Bro, but to Michael, to his credit,
Once to knock him
that
out, and
motherfucker
then
was
everything
blind.
he's got again.
on the
Just to
tomahawk.
shut him up a little bit.
Would you say, B?
I said
To
that
his
guy,
credit.
said to his credit, he was fighting a lot of fights basically blind. You know what I mean? Like before,
Yeah.
before he lost
With
his
one
fucking
eye,
arm, he
Yeah,
he
before he
couldn't
got
see. That boy
Belfort,
couldn't
right?
see shit,
If
and
you
he was
don't
still out there
Belfort
making
blowing
it
his
work.
eye
You know
out.
what I mean?
Man, I fucking hated Bisping. Couldn't stand the dude. I tuned in to watch him fight, hoping this is the one that he gets his shit kicked in.
NASCAR.
You know?
I think
But
most
now
people did
looking
that.
back, I like Michael Bisping. Like I am a Bisping fan now, although I
Yeah.
couldn't stand him.
At the time, he was a bit of a cunt. That's it.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
kind of a heel. He was a foreigner. People didn't like him. But you know what? He was gritty and
He was-
tough. And like he overachieved. Like he was a
He
guy
was-
who just
He overachieved.
He
Yeah.
was the UK Chael Sonnen.
And
You know what I mean?
timing and the marketing, everything works when it all works.
Yeah.
And Dana's picking your and Joe Silva's picking who you're gonna fight. Sometimes things can happen.
I still think Henderson beat him in that last fight on the points. He should have. That was a bullshit.
Yeah.
I think Henderson won that fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those mounts sealed it.
Oh man, watching it live, I agree. Rewatching the fight analytically, that fight could go either way.
Yeah, I mean it was close, but I thought Henderson should have won.
Well,
But they kind of knew he was going to retire anyway. So
there's also a big problem with the point scoring system.
yes,
Judge a fight as a whole or judge a fight on the 10-9 must. It's different.
yeah.
I like that about Japan, where it's a 10 and a 5, but the judges just say who won the fight. That's it. They don't got to follow this 10-9 bullshit round. If you barely lose round 1 and 2 and clearly win round 3, anybody that watches that fight as a whole without rounds, easy to see that guy B won.
Right.
Right? But you got to judge it 10-9 must. Guy A squeaked out round 1 and 2, still wins, even though he didn't win the fight, right? But he wins the fight.
That's a big argument for they should fight till it finishes.
Wow,
I mean-
fuck. There's an awful lot of fights I don't want to see ever happen like that again. You ever watch fucking Dan Severn fight?
Yeah. He wrestled
Oh,
the
right?
shit
You
out of
like
people.
buddies with Dan Severn? Can you just like call him up and let him know that I think he sucks dick and fucking pussy when it comes to fighting?
He would probably want to fight you if you said that.
I would fight Dan Severn.
He would stretch
Yeah.
you
Now, for
right
sure.
now, today, beer man. On no,
Yeah, he's got big hands as well.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to beat the guy. I said I would fight the guy.
Yeah.
Well,
What's going to happen? I got a 260-pound old man pin me on the ground for 20 minutes. Whatever. Fuck, I've had worse day. That was Tuesday at my uncle's house when I was a kid. Fuck, whatever.
yeah, but at least Dan Severn will be wearing some sort of pants.
How does that make it better? Fuck, I can at least sell the footage on fucking black market or something or the other way.
On the dark web.
Look,
Turn a negative to a positive. You know, you got to be.
I like Dan Severn.
You got to be.
I don't like watching Dan Severn fight. Now,
Well,
Doug
he was-
Fry, that's a motherfucking manly man. Like, that's somebody that we need more Don Fries in the world.
Takayama.
Badass.
Takayama.
That's like the only guy in the world who's ever grown a mustache that I would never say, man, you look fucking stupid with that mustache.
That's
You
a fight
could-
mustache right there.
You could now. He can barely walk.
Yeah, I still wouldn't say it to him. Fuck.
How about that Takayama fight though? That's one of the greatest things ever.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, that is the worst fucking technical fight
Of course it
I've
is.
ever masturbated to 1,000 times.
The
Yeah,
hockey fight.
yeah, it's like a parking lot fight. I mean, there was no technique. It was just like we're going to see who can take more punches to the face until we gas out.
You know what bugs me about that? Takayama was the tougher fucking dude in that fight by a lot. If you were to compare who's getting hit with what,
Oh, yeah.
it looked like it's close. They're just doing this fucking hockey knock 'em, sock 'em brawl. Fry was beating the living fuck out of the guy the entire time.
Did you see what his face looked like at the end?
Yeah.
His little squinty eyes were swollen, even more
Try to
squinty and
find the
shut.
pictures of him 2 days later.
Yeah.
They got banned from the internet. They were so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like the internet won't allow it. What the fuck?
You know what? Bless his heart. Takayama's been paralyzed for the last several years. You know that, right?
I don't. Well, look, I'm not taking fucking facts from the guy that placed last in trivia.
Takayama got his neck broke in a pro wrestling match about 3 or 4 years ago, and he's been paralyzed from the neck down for laying on his back for the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh fuck!
Botched power bomb.
He was a big kid too.
Yeah, he's like 6'5", 6'6", 290.
Yeah, he was a big kid.
I know he did the pro wrestling thing, but I don't follow Japanese pro wrestling much. But
Yeah.
that fucking sucks, man. That dude was a motherfucking warrior.
Yes, he was not afraid at all.
It was like an experiment.
But he's Japanese too. They don't give a fuck. They fight to the death.
with shoes
Stop.
on.
I mean, there ain't a lot of pussies in Japan. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh yes, there are. They actually have almost a 2-to-1 ratio.
I'm just saying, like, if you fuck with their honor, they're coming, and they coming for blood.
Yeah,
And
like those guys would rather fucking gut themselves than fucking lose. Like
Yeah.
those guys are all about it.
Butter soft.
Oh,
Butter soft.
that's what I was telling you about Crave earlier. If you got Crave and you just
Yeah.
type in wrestling, you get the Dark Side of the Ring, like 3 seasons of it.
That's yeah, I seen that. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
As far as paralyzed go, though, I don't want to live like that.
No.
I don't
Dude,
want to do
what's
3
that?
years
What's
of
that
that.
guy? Yo, hold on. What's that motherfucker's name who kicked the shit out of that guy and threw him off the fucking cage? Oh man, he's fucking nuts. Like he took his job way too seriously. He
Okay,
was
well, there's The Undertaker is the most famous version of throwing somebody off a cage when he threw Mankind off.
no,
But
it's
you're
specifically
probably
from-
talking about New Jack.
was it New Jack?
And it wasn't off a cage, but it was way off that structure. And
Yeah.
he tried to kill the guy.
Yeah, he tried to kill him. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the guy
Yeah.
fucked up and landed on his
Yeah.
head the last time they did a high spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that guy. And
Yeah,
he openly
fucking
says in
cracked his
interview,
fucking
he said-
skull.
he was like,
Because they get up there and the guy's like, I can't do it. He's like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you said you were doing this. We got to
You're
do it
doing
now. I can't do it. Like, well, we're doing it anyways. Away they go. And he fucked it up and lands on New Jack's head.
Yeah,
So he's like out for like a year. His fucking skull was cracked and shit.
yeah,
And then he comes back and he tried to kill the guy coming off the
he
top.
did.
Yeah.
Exactly. He
Yeah,
had a
that's on
rematch
that
with the
dark
dude.
side of
Yeah.
yeah, that's fucked up. New Jack was he's a special
How
guy.
did you not? But hold on. Here's
He
my
was
thing.
fucked up.
Is it still entertainment? Because in that interview, he openly says, he's like, listen, he fucked up the stunt. I smashed my fucking skull to bits. On the rematch, he goes straight up, he goes, yeah, you're going for a ride. He said, fuck you. You know what I mean? He fucking threw his ass straight out. Boom. See you
Literally,
later.
as he's openly said that he was
Yeah.
trying to kill him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That dude has 7 justifiable homicides. 7.
Have you ever seen any of the old Smoky Mountain wrestling footage when New Jack was first getting started
Yes.
and those promos that he would cut? He was one of the best. Like,
Oh, who's the guy with the bug-eyed dude that was always with him?
you talking about his partner?
Yeah, they had that stable.
Well, it
Real
was,
jacked up motherfucker.
Yeah,
Couldn't
it
talk
was,
worth a shit,
him,
but he
New
just looked
Jack, and,
crazy all the time.
God damn it. They were the God damn, what was their name? I can't. They were called. They had a name for their tag team. It was fuck. Why can I not remember this?
I know it was edgy, and New Jack said absolutely everything that he could do when he came out and cut that promo about OJ.
Yes, the OJ promo. That was just like people were. Like everybody was just like, did he just really say that?
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
That was a crazy motherfucker. Yeah, New Jack was fucked though. Obviously, you saw the stabbing incident.
Yeah.
Where the guy was like coming at him way too hard. Like, it's like, hey, yo, New Jack.
The gangsters. They were the gangsters.
Yeah, that's them.
Go figure.
This fucking young lad, new guy, not even like old enough to be in the ring, tells fucking New Jack that I want to do this. Like, I got family watching. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a squash match, and you're coming at me telling me what you're gonna do? You fucking kidding me? So he went to put it on him, and the kid started like turning it into a shoot. Like he started hitting him, like fighting back, as in "fuck you, I want to get my shit off." So he just reached into his pocket and stabbed the guy like fucking 14 times in the ring. They went to court over it. He got sentenced to, what was it, 3 years or something for attempted murder. The guy came to the jail to visit him and said, hey, look, I'm legal age now. I understand that I was wrong. I shouldn't have acted like that. Take me on the road with you, and I will go to the judge and get your sentence lightened. It's like, well, you get me out of here, and then we'll talk about me taking you on the road. So the guy goes in, gets New Jack out of jail, and New Jack just moves across the country to go to a different promotion. Fuck that guy.
FTG.
He bladed the piss out of it. The guy's name was Eric Kulis, and he was 17 years old.
Yeah. He was a 300-pounder, but he told everybody he was 21.
Right. He lied to Paul Heyman.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, though. New Jack was a fucked up dude, though.
Yeah,
he really was. Everybody that ever talked about him was like, I'm not worried about fighting New Jack. I'll be all right. He's not even close to the toughest guy in the locker room. The problem is, if you fight New Jack, the fight's not over until he says he's won. Right? Not if somebody else says he's won, when he says he's won. And if he's not satisfied yet, he'll be waiting in the fucking hedges outside of your apartment. And he's coming out of that hedges with a bat. And if he loses that round, it ain't a bat in his hand the next time he comes out of the hedges. Like, the dude's just fucked up.
Yeah. Of course, he's deceased now.
Yes.
But, yeah.
I have a hard time talking about people being fucked up in the past tense. And his legend lives on. So I just talk about him.
Yeah.
He's the man. That guy's fucking nuts. I love him.
Yeah, he was crazy. Yeah. Definitely.
Cobra, you ever done any pro wrestling shit? I know you've been around it. Have you ever been in the ring with somebody? Yo, so seriously though, Cobra, when I ask you a question, even if you don't want to get into a long-winded fucking story time, you are allowed to just like say yes or no, move on.
Move on.
You know, but there was a yes or a no at the beginning.
Okay, here's a question for does anybody think that Travis will ever make a comeback?
Yes, he will.
You think he will?
Can I get a definition for comeback, please?
It'll be before the summer of 2023. He'll be on a big card.
I would think if he's ever going to do it, now's the time. I mean, arm wrestling is at sort of its greatest peak right now. And I mean,
he's going to wait. He'll wait until after his son is drafted. And then he'll.
After Travis's son gets drafted, Travis ain't doing shit.
You'll see.
I guarantee you, Travis is signed up as the manager and promoter of his kids, and he's going to be making that percentage money. And Travis
It's
isn't
better
getting
than that.
paid enough to
It's
arm
smarter
wrestle
than
again
that.
once he gets those percentage points.
You'll see.
Yeah, it seems like it's all about the motivation with him. Like,
Well,
seems-
as far as I know, Travis is a lazy motherfucker.
yeah, seems that way.
And he is not interested in putting the work in that he needs to do. We've heard how many times, like, oh, I did this, I've been doing this, I've been doing this. And then he shows up and gets his fucking bell rung by some shit pump in fucking Oklahoma.
Got beat by Brandon Elsesser.
Now, Brandon Elsesser's good.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's a 220-pound dude that's good. It's not a 220-pound guy that's world elite.
right.
It's one of the top guys in North America. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Brendan.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
But when you're talking about is Travis going to make a comeback, like as if he's one of the best in the world in the open weight?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just wondering if he's going to give it a shot.
Well, is it a comeback if you don't get back to where you were?
Well, you come back and do the best you can. I mean,
I got to piss like a motherfucker. I'm going to be right back, Roy.
I'm the only one here, so I get to talk. Okay.
I know it sucks.
No, this is
We're
awesome.
leaving. I'm like, fuck, this is a bad time to take a piss.
No,
Hey,
Cobra's
maybe
back.
you can get Cobra to actually talk.
Cobra will talk to me. He just doesn't like you, Beer Man. You
Fuck.
haven't been
Right.
you haven't been making enough money for him. So Cobra, I'm excited. I'm excited to see your match.
Oh,
Thank-
yeah, it's exciting. Arm wrestling.
I'm excited to see what you do going forward from there too. Like,
Yeah, I'm curious about that part.
yeah, I mean,
I'm curious about that part. See if I can, I can get through this with no chips in my armor. Then I'll really bite the bullet.
yeah,
A little
Okay.
bit of confidence. If I can escape injury free, I'll have some confidence.
yeah. Man, that's the thing, man. Injuries
Mm.
are
the
brutal.
The collision's coming. I know it. But
Injuries are brutal, and they get more brutal as the clock ticks, right?
Mhm.
They do. I mean, I'm 40. I'll be 49 in January, and
that's why I have to arm wrestle perfectly. I have to do everything perfectly.
yeah,
I feel like that's what I'm telling myself.
yeah.
I have to do it all, everything perfect.
And it's just such a different level too. Like, obviously, you know this, but like being the best, the best, or even just one of the best, one of the top 5 or 3 or whatever, is so hard to do in any kind of competitive endeavor. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Hell.
you got to be cut from a different cloth. And like Beer Man, he's the greatest beer chugger, pound for pound, probably in the world.
One of them, top 3 for sure. All
I mean,
time.
Apparently, I have lost to Mazel live on the air, but there's always there's something in question there. Like there's always a fucked up start or something. But Mazel is goddamn fast, and I don't think I'm as fast as he is, although he's cheated every time. He would probably beat me in a fair match, chugging out of like the big glass. I will fuck him up out of a bottle or with a shotgun, but man, that dude's fast out of a glass. And that volume chug, how many beers are in a pitcher?
I used to know this. It's not as many as you think.
No, it's not. I sit down, I order a pitcher, and then it's gone. It's like, yo, what the fuck? We only had a beer each. It's like what?
Yeah,
4
if you got
beers?
like 3 people, it's usually like 3 or 4 people. It's you get one.
Yeah, you get one round with 4 people. So is a pitcher any bigger than that fucking glass that I did?
Standard beer pitchers range from 48 to 60 fluid ounces.
How many
So-
beers? How many ounces in a beer bottle?
Here you go. Here you go. You
12.
fucking goofy little bitch.
So
Hey.
So
Sorry,
four.
boys.
Hey,
Got it,
So-
boy. Dealing with some stupid shit.
4 or
Hey,
5.
Big B. Hey, fellas. My son wants to go for a jog, so I'm gonna cut out. I'm gonna
You-
suit up and go
you
for a run with
jog?
my boy. Yeah, he's training for basketball.
But you jog?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You should do this jog on your hands, Cobra. Get ready for that match.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh my god, if you keep finger fucking that screen any longer, I'm gonna have to kick him. All right. So a pitcher is basically the same as what I drank.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. That glass don't look anywhere near as big as a pitcher.
Well, it's either 4. A pitcher is either 4 or 5 beers, depending on the size of the pitcher.
Right.
it's
So
either-
I did 4, Brad did 5. It took Brad 3 tries to do his.
right.
Okay, so I've been trying to get Joe Yaros on the show for a while. Do you know who Joe Yaros is?
I've heard the name. I don't really know who it is though.
He's an arm wrestler from New Jersey, I believe.
He's the one that you wrestled in New York, right?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
That motherfucker that's saying, "Oh, Canada" to me while beating me. Yeah. Now, I tore my shoulder round 1 pulling him right-handed. So I had to give him my belt, which he lost to Cupcake, but then got back from Cupcake. So I believe he still has my belt. And I got to go get that shit from him.
What'd you do? Try to hook him round 1 and your shoulder gave out?
I don't remember. I know in the setup, he's fucking around real hard, and I just got fucking fed up with his shit. And I just grabbed him real hard and went, "Whoa." You felt that, didn't you? You know how strong I am. And he kind of looks at me like, yeah, that sucks. Like, all right. And then I calmed down. He calmed down in the setup. And I just kind of let out some rope. Like, I'm just going to catch him. And then I'm just going to, no problem. It was a problem. My hand failed. And I ended up outside. And I wasn't overly concerned with how strong he was. Now, that dude's got a big hand, too. Like, a big, strong fucking hand. My hand got busted. Turn. I hold. All right. I tried to top roll him. That's right. I tried to top roll with him thinking I'm that much stronger than him. But I had never ever, my top roll right hand was not like what it is now. I don't know if it's good enough now to do it, but I know it wasn't good enough then. It is a fuck of a lot better now, but yeah, I tried to top roll, got my hand busted, and I had to turn. All right. Fuck. I don't want to give it up. I'm just going to push through him sideways, and then I'll try to hook next round. I push through sideways, and I feel my shoulder fucking like go. It feels like elastic snapping. It's really shitty. And I push right through him. I get the pin. I turn around, but I realize how much damage I just did, and I'm fucked. Realistically, anybody that feels that and knows they're fucked, they should pull out of the match.
Yes.
On the competitive side, I would have pulled out of a tournament in that scenario for sure. But this is a super match. We got the belt on the line. There's money. I don't know that I can't win, but I know that he deserves to win if he can get the job done at this point. And pulling out, losing a match with a 1-0 win score. You know, the guy trained for months. It felt like the wrong thing to do to walk away. Right? Oh, no, I beat you 1-0. Here's the belt. You win the money. You know,
I mean, you must do what you feel is right, of course.
yeah. So I kept pulling, and I knew I couldn't do half of my shit. And like he just ran away with it real easy from there.
Yeah.
And then I had to pull fucking whirly left-handed. Now you would think turn your right arm is not going to fuck up your left-handed performance, but it definitely gets in the way.
Yeah, just being injured that way, your body's like in a state of
I blame me for tearing my right shoulder with Joe. I blame Joe for me tearing my left shoulder with Dan. So I pulled the match with Dan, and I didn't have my right arm to use, and it was all fucked up. So now this one got fucked up. I had to go back to the hotel there, and my shoulders are so fucked up. I couldn't even jerk off that night. It was terrible. For weeks, months. Like, my shoulders were fucked. Anyways, I still pulled in the tournament left-handed afterwards, after beating Worley. That's where Joe grabs a hold of me left-handed and sings "Oh Canada" to me while beating me. Like, you motherfucker. I was so proud and so angry at the same time. So I follow this Team USA beer chugging page.
Okay.
There's video of Joe on that page. You know, he does that impressive pound back a fucking pitcher. Like, I think the most famous video I've seen of somebody chugging a pitcher of beer is that, like, nerdy looking dude with the glasses, and he's kind of like fat and unassuming, and you see him just grab, whoa, downs a pitcher, puts it down, fixes his glasses.
So I know a guy like that. Like, he can take like a full mug of beer, and he's like one of those people that they can do like this and just like they open their throat and they don't actually, they just pour it down their neck. Like, it's just like a, you know what I'm saying? They're not good. It's just like a pour.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, so, but I mean, it's different than.
So
I mean,
when I chug beer, I don't do that. Out of the bottle, it's a lot faster not to do that. You know, you create a fucking suction vortex that I can drink a beer faster than you can fucking pour it out. Out of a pitcher, it's far different. Mizell does that. That's why he beats me in those big wide glass fucking. Yeah. I could probably. Can you see my throat if I pull the beard out? If I were to chug?
not really.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do it another time when we get set up better for it. But so I can do it either way, where I open my throat and just dump, and it's just like filling up. Or, you know, you chug. It's faster to chug out of a bottle and shit without opening your throat.
Yeah. The guy that I've seen do it real fast, it's always out of a mug. He just, like, we were at a party and his wife was like, "Hey, we got to go." And he had just gotten a beer and he goes, "Okay." And he just went like that and just poured it down his neck and just like, "Okay, let's go." I mean, it was just like gone in a second.
So if I want to chug really good with that whole like an open throat, just dump it in. I gotta fucking I gotta practice, so I'm used to doing it. I could do it, but it's not like second nature. It's not my go-to move, you know. When Joe chugs that pitcher of beer, I've had multiple people send me this video. "Hey, Evan, you think you could chug like that?" I'm like, "You want to know the funny thing? He would definitely beat me in that beer chug. He's also beaten me in arm wrestling."
Yeah, but you got better.
He's probably a tough dude too.
You got better beer.
I'm glad it's not him I'm up against for the fucking Marcus challenge.
Yeah, because Marcus is going to be nice. He's not really going to hurt you.
Fuck that guy. So I've been trying to work it out so that I can get Joe on here, because Joe's also an awesome dude. He's fucking hilarious. But I didn't know that he was so awesome until after I'd met him, right?
Yeah.
So when I got the super match against him, I'm only talking shit on Worley. I didn't make no talking shit about Joe because I didn't care. Right? I didn't know who he was.
Right.
Now I do. Now it'd be a lot more fun to redo that. But either way, so this dude can chug a fucking pitcher of beer definitely faster than me.
Yeah.
Definitely. I keep trying to get him on here. He was supposed to be on. Was it last Thursday that I canceled because I was sick?
Yeah. You weren't here either day last week.
The Thursday before is when Brad was on, though.
Yeah, that was fun too. I like Brad. He's funny as hell.
Yeah. Brad wants to come on again. He had a great time.
Yeah, he's funny. He
I'm
stayed
trying
up.
to arrange it where I can get all of my brothers at the same time.
That would be funny. Probably be pretty chaotic too.
My older brother, not so much. Doesn't want to do it.
Well, I mean,
I think I know why.
is he the one that's still in the military?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Also, he's the one that Dad looks at like not a complete idiot. So
He
if
don't-
Dad sees him that drunk with us being a complete idiot, it's like, well, fuck. I guess I fucked up with all my kids.
You don't want to destroy your dad's illusion.
No, that was fucking awesome. He's fucking hilarious too. But the dude could drink. He's fucking 6'3", 280. He's a big dude. He could drink.
Yeah. He's a big dude to be in the military.
But I don't know if he can handle his booze so much. As in, I get drinking. I still know there's certain things I should not do or say. That filter fucks off real quick with him.
Yeah, I know people like that.
And
Next thing you know, he's using somebody as a human shield to fight the cops.
oh my God, that was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever fucking seen. Tarzan and Jane. Tarzan is still working on his house. He's got drywall in there now. He's working on getting it ready so that they can move in before snow. Jane, which is my oldest brother's son, got a job with like Hydro One. Fucking, so he's out wherever he is at making money.
That's Jane was the one when they shaved their heads, right?
That was Tarzan and Jane, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was funny as shit. That was-
Man, look, if I didn't know for a fact that we could do whatever the fuck we want and YouTube's not going to ban us, we would be so fucking rich that we would have all been dead by now. Like, for sure. Like, you see all these crazy fucking YouTube things, fuck Nelk Brothers, all that shit. We are so much worse.
Yeah.
And if we got that high level of income coming in off our stupidity, and you're like, we're already dumber than them. Right? If you start giving us millions of dollars and we get drunked up and say, hey, we have millions of dollars so we can do all this fun shit because we do this dumb shit, it's going to get so out of hand. We are definitely fucking canceled. Give us an uncensored platform where nothing we say or do can get us fucking banned.
Those exist. I mean, but
But you don't want to make any money on them.
Right.
So what do you do?
That would be kind of scary because I think y'all would go so crazy that like finally somebody would get killed. That's probably what would happen. Like there'd just be, hey, let's see if we can jump this 4-wheeler off this side of a mountain or some shit. Like there'd just be something crazy.
Right. Because we would never do anything like that already.
Yeah, you would never do stupid shit like that. Right.
Yeah, Rumble doesn't really pay people though. And the platform's not that big.
Yeah, YouTube sucks. I mean,
I should try fucking making that Rumble account and like putting some crazy shit up. The problem is when you put that shit there and it ends up back here, all of a sudden you can get fucked for what you did there here, right?
well, I wouldn't think if you didn't bring it, if like somebody else like posted it, like
That's not a thing.
I wouldn't think that would be held against you if it's not on your channel. I wouldn't think. But I don't know how fucking.
If you say or do anything that can get you canceled mainstream, you get shut the fuck down mainstream, even if it wasn't done on mainstream.
Yeah, I mean it's such bullshit.
Right. So
I mean, like,
man, when we first started doing this whole YouTube shit, I allowed myself to get pretty carried away quite often. And it was a lot of fun. Except now, like, there's a very real risk where, like, I gotta not be that fucking out of control, which is just bullshit.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's a shame. It's like all this stuff, all this big, the big.
I had to
media-
re-register as a comedian just to not get shut down. Right? Like, everything I do is for comedic purposes.
Right.
All of my stories are made up, and
Yeah, none of it's real. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
All those stories I've told have not been real. Right.
well, we know, and none of them were actually you.
Right.
But
Allegedly.
that whole death thing might still happen.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the tree idea that we got?
No, I don't think so. The tree idea.
So we want to make a couple of videos that involve a tree. One of
Uh.
them involves like climbing harnesses and shit, where we suspend a table in the air, and then you got to go up and you got to arm wrestle in the air on a hanging table. It just seems fucking hilarious for me. But the Razor wants to go one step further. He wants to climb said tree and then have us cut it down so it lands in the burning bonfire with him in it.
Yeah.
His only stipulation is if he dies, all of the money generated off of that video goes to his kid.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean, there's a real high likelihood that's not going to turn out where he's just in just as good a shape as he was going into it.
Well, I understand this. You understand this. There's a lot of people involved with this that are a lot smarter than the Razor is. And like, we're going to go out of our way to make sure that it goes as, good as possible.
Eesh.
It's a fucking lit bonfire that he's falling into. We're going to have like a water pool there that we can make sure we can get him out. We're going to have chainsaws rocked and ready to go if we got to cut him out of the fire to throw him into this pool to minimize burn damage.
Just not good.
Oh,
It's just
yeah, I
not-
know it's a terrible idea. I told him it's a terrible idea. He doesn't give a shit what I think. So whatever.
Now, who like Razor, is that a family member or just a friend?
Just a buddy that's on the team.
That's what I thought. And
But
he's a little bit crazy. A lot crazy.
okay. So that's one dude that we need to specify. The Razor is a character. And that character doesn't give a shit.
He's not overly concerned with his own well-being.
I'd like to tell you that that is not who he is. But once he gets all fucked up, the Razor stops being a character and becomes real.
It's like he's like Randy Savage when he actually turned into the Macho Man.
Yeah.
Like that, he was.
Oh, okay.
He,
Comment section just brought something up. Vintage tapes. I think I was 18, which would have made Tarzan 14. And my mother decided it was a good idea to get him like a proper fucking video camera for Christmas present. We were so fucking dumb back then. I've still got a dent on the side of my head here from the night before Christmas that year, where he punched me in the head. And like his hand was fucking destroyed, and my head split open. I was bleeding everywhere, and I still got a dent from that punch. And he was only like 14. So he got this video camera the next day. And the videotape just from like immediately after that still has, you could see the fucking cut on my head,
Ugh.
and he's still wearing the cast.
He broke his hand.
Oh, fuck yeah. Shattered it. My head. Look, if skulls were not harder than hands, the human race would have been extinct a very long fucking time ago. That's a fact. So just the videotape that still involves him still casted from that. Some of the wildest shit you've ever seen. You know? Jackass. We were doing it better before they started doing it. You know?
Yeah.
You found this one, I got a DVD when I was a kid. And I was like a teenager, 16, 17, called Without a Cause. And it was these fucking wild dudes from like Western Canada doing this crazy shit. Like dumbass shit. And I thought it was hilarious. And we just enjoyed doing this shit. And once we got a video camera, like we used to do this shit just because it was funny. Right?
Yeah.
People got hurt, whatever, but everybody was like a willing participant. It's not like you're forced into doing something stupid. Like, hey, how do you think it'd go if you climbed up that telephone pole and jumped at that tree? But probably not too good. Hold my beer.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. Once we got that video camera, that shit was nonstop.
Yeah, because now you can watch it again later.
Yeah, a lot. At that point in time, we all liked the UFC, but that was during the dark ages where it was a lot of it was even hard to find on the internet.
Yeah.
But wrestling was easily available.
Yeah.
And it was the attitude era, you know, get the F out.
Yeah.
We didn't have no steel chairs for our matches. And mom no longer had cookie sheets. Because we fucking destroyed all of them. Oh my God, we had some vicious fucking pan shots.
Oh man.
It was great though. A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
When you're
I
young.
actually found some of those old mini DVs, those tapes, and I got a mini DV player. So I got some of my old like jiu-jitsu tournament footage and some of our like nutso fucking home video dumb shit. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
We just end up fucking hanging out hammered in high school. And somebody just throw 2 sets of boxing gloves out on the ground. Pull the camera out
Oof.
and see which 2 dudes decided to pick up those gloves and go.
Shit.
And it always happened. But some of the best ones we got was the 2 guys go to pick up the gloves, look at each other and like, fuck the gloves? Yeah, fuck the gloves. And they just go.
Let's get cut.
Yeah, whatever. Awesome.
You watched any of those bare knuckles fighting championships?
Some of it, yeah.
Boy, gloves make a big difference, don't they?
In what respect?
Not getting cut, your face busted open so bad.
Yeah, so you definitely get a lot more cuts
Yeah.
without gloves.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, a little split on the eyebrow or the cheek isn't that big of a deal.
Did you see the after footage, the picture when that Jason Knight guy fought that Artem Lobov?
Artem Lobov, that's McGregor's guy. That's what started the whole bus incident.
How bad their faces were fucked up after that. Oh, they
Paulie Malignaggi did the bare knuckle. Yeah. So yes, obviously bare knuckle, you're gonna get a lot more cuts. There's gonna be more blood. It's a lot more for the gruesome fan. But the fights aren't as good for a reason. Your hands break without that glove. That 4-ounce glove in MMA does fuck all to protect the guy that's getting hit, except you don't get cut.
right.
But it does protect your hand. It is probably far safer in the long term to do the bare knuckle where you get busted up and bleeding, but you don't end up with brain damage anywhere near as often, I think.
So
That 4-ounce glove protects your hands. from breaking, so you can keep throwing that motherfucker.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I can't remember because I can't remember, but in the bare knuckles fighting championships, are they taped? Are their hands taped? Or no?
In bare knuckle,
Yeah.
it should be.
So they're still taping them.
It
That
should
helps. I mean, that helps. That gives your hand a little bit more, a little support versus nothing.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh no, taping is better than not taping, but
Right.
the padding stops knuckles from breaking.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. If you haven't done any hand conditioning to make your hands strong, tough, yeah, you'll break the shit out of your hands.
I've broken my hand so many fucking times. Like, I broke my hand. Fuck, I lost count.
Yeah.
But the last time I was like paying attention to it, we were at like 23.
Mm.
But I would go to the bar on a Friday night. Look, I'm from a dumbass redneck town where we didn't have nothing to do.
But
But
drink
when
and
you go to the
fight.
bar on a Friday night, like I'm here to fuck her to fight, and I don't see your sister. Right? So we would get into it, and it's
That goes on in other parts of the world too. Let me tell you.
oh, I'm sure it does. But we go to the bar. It's not like anybody has a real big problem. Nobody hates each other afterwards, usually.
Yeah. I mean,
But whatever, we're fucking dumb kids doing dumb shit.
right. A lot of young, there's a lot of young, men that are in their 20s or whatever. They just want to fight. They're not really.
I was kind of out of it by the time I was in my 20s. Because if you drive right across the border, which is like 10 minutes, you're allowed in the bar at 18.
There you go.
Right? By the time you're 20, you're way too old to be at that bar.
You
But that was
talking
the hug and slug.
you talking about into Quebec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a good period of time there where every Friday night, that's just what we did.
Yeah.
So you break your hand on a Friday, by next Friday, your hand's not okay.
No, no.
And when Buddy steps to the plate, well, what are you going to do? Not throw it? No. I guess I'll tape the fucking roofing gun to my hand next week too. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I spent an awful lot of time in those late teenage years with a destroyed right hand.
Oh.
So by the time I quit doing that nonsense and I started like actually putting effort into training and blah, blah, blah. The whole bar fighting thing slowed way the fuck down.
Yeah.
It became every couple of years an incident would arise, not every fucking Friday.
Yeah.
But still, even if it was 6 months or a year between an incident, you light somebody up, your hand's broken.
Yeah.
Just because my hand was so fucked for so long. I think so. The last time I was actually in a fist fight, and this wasn't even my fault.
Of course it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't. I was trying to go have a cigarette, and we had to go outside to smoke now, right? We weren't allowed to smoke at the bars anymore.
Right.
So the bar that we were at, there's this walkway that goes from the bar right out the back door to where you smoke. Right now, on the floor, it's a different color. It's a path. You walk out that path. It's like a hallway without walls, right?
Right.
But sometimes drunk idiots fucking start crowding the area because the bar's overpacked. And they don't want to move. Like, I'm trying to walk. Get the fuck out of the way. We're in the hallway. So I put my hand on this guy's shoulder and say, excuse me. And I go to step around him. He didn't like it. I felt him jerk out of my hand real quick. And I'm like, okay. Generally, I know what that means when somebody starts moving that quick over. But he's getting uppity.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I pay attention to what he's doing and I look over and he throws his drink at me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got Ryan ginger ale all over my fucking sweater now. And I'm not happy about this. So I go to look at the guy like, what the fuck? Right? What the fuck, man? I go to say this, there's a fist flying at my fucking face. What the fuck? Now, I had the beard, and nobody knows how small my chin is. Which is why I started growing the beard, because there's been a lot of punches come right through it. Like, I mean, my chin's way in there.
Yeah.
It's back there, it's hidden.
It's camouflaged.
This fist just comes right through my beard as I'm leaning back. What the fuck? I gotta defend myself, obviously. And reaction happens. Fist comes through the beard. I step forward with a left hook, and Buddy starts going face down this way. But the right hand's already wound up. Comes up. Boom. Off his feet. I didn't pay too much attention about it, but the people out of there said this dude's like laying flat as a board, midair, like 3 feet in the air, flat. Boom, out. Now he hits the ground, the bouncers come running over. I'm sorry, guys. Like, he fucking swung at me. What do you want me to do? Like, he's like, no, we saw it. Just, you got to go though. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I know. I go outside, and both of my hands are fucking broken.
Damn.
And I hadn't been in a fight in like 2 years. I hadn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
And both of my hands fucking broke that fast.
You need to do, it'd probably help you even now a lot. Well, I know it would a lot. You need to do some hand conditioning. You really do.
Let me guess. You know of a program.
Yeah, I do. We've talked about it. Yeah.
I know. We've talked about it twice.
Yeah. Fixing to start back up doing some maintenance stuff. I think I'm actually going to, I've got a tripod now that I can put my phone on. I think I'm going to record it and put them on my YouTube channel, like the videos of me doing the warm up and doing the training and then doing the cool down.
Well, I just, I don't want to do that hand strengthening training in case, I don't want to believe that my hands are tough and not going to break anymore. That kind of helps me not punch people, you know?
Well, that's another topic, but yeah. Once you do this, you're not going to break your hand punching somebody anymore.
Well, I don't think my hand will break anymore. So my hands were all weird because I fucked it up so many times, like especially my right. They were like fucked, but I wrestled. So my brothers always joked about it that I couldn't crush a tomato. But if I held one, try getting it out of my hand, right? Like, it ain't going to be bruised, but you can't peel my fingers off it.
Right.
So wrestling, like, you grab onto somebody, you hold on to that shit.
Right.
So it was hard to peel my hand open, but I also had no crushing strength. Like,
right.
If I grab a gripper, I can't close 60 pounds in either hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've got no crush. It's better now. Arm wrestling fixed my hands up a lot. Like, when I was just getting into arm wrestling, because I'd fucked my hands up so many times for so long, I had like really bad like arthritis setting in.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and like I can't close my hands. I'm like 26 years old and I can't close my hands in the morning. Right? Trying to put a sock on, it's like fucking bullshit.
That's what happens when you break your hands over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, God damn.
So I had to get up an hour before I had to leave so that I could have my coffee and stuff and like get my hands moving, or otherwise I wouldn't be able to tie my shoes.
Damn.
I was 6 months into arm wrestling and I could just wake up, I could close my hand, my grip strength's improved, I can tie my shoes, no problem. They don't hurt all the time. Like, arm wrestling fixed up my hands pretty good.
Yes. It's a good, I mean, you think about it, it's like a good, even if you're going hard, but I mean, it's still like good rehabilitation for just your hand.
I don't know if I were to hit somebody, my hand's going to break or not. But I keep telling myself, you've got a match coming up.
Right. You just
don't hit this fucking guy.
Yeah, just don't. I mean, like, there's no point. Like, you're at an age now where you have to start making better decisions. Like,
dude, it's been like 10 years since I've actually punched somebody in the face for real.
You said the last one when you hook uppercutted that fucker out and broke both your hands was like 2 years ago.
No, I said it was 2 years since I'd been in a fight. Okay.
Oh, that was not 2 years ago.
Right. So I think that was before arm wrestling. I was in college. So I think that was the year before I started arm wrestling. So I'm thinking that was 2010 or 2011 when that happened.
Yeah.
I think. Because I remember going to wood shop in college the next day, and like we're working on using hand tools only to make this piece out of like an ash wood, which is really hard. And it's handsaw, chisels, all that shit. And I got a broken hand. Well, broken hands. And I'm like trying to hold a chisel and hit a hammer on it, and like my hands are fucking broken.
Mm.
But you get kicked out of the course, like you're kicked out of college if you can't do the shop class part of it. Like your year's over. Bye, fuck off. So I'm like trying to do it anyways, and a couple of my drinking buddies, oh yeah. Never mind. That's why I told the story that way. My buddy that was at the bar with me that night, that witnessed my hands both getting broken, that may have had something to do with how it started. I may have tried to get around that guy specifically for a reason, hoping that he would do something stupid.
So you set the trap.
Yeah, but he was being a dick.
You just went ahead. You knew like where this is probably going. Let's just go ahead and get there on my terms.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it turns out
I've done that.
I had a buddy so college was where I live, and my buddy was like from Red Lake, and that's like 18 hours away.
Damn.
This was the closest place that he could get the college course done to get his license. So when he was here, he's not a very big dude. And this guy was just fucking with my buddy all night, and like I had to step in and be like, hey, shut it down. You don't want to do this. He's a good guy, and you're just being a dick.
Yeah.
If you really want a problem, I'm your guy, but you don't have to. And him and his buddies backed off and shut down.
And then drank some
I
more.
tried to excuse myself around this guy. He didn't like it.
All you had to do was all you had to do was touch him. Then you've already verbally fucking attacked him. Like
right, but we had come to a resolution, and I guess he was still hot about it. So as soon as I touched him, he was like, "Motherfucker, that's it. It's on."
Yeah, and he thought he was just going to get a kind of a sucker punch on you too.
Yeah, it was a bad idea for him. Well, it's funny. So my brother Tarzan was standing right there. It was me and him were going out for a smoke, right? And then all of a sudden my other buddy walks up. Now I'm outside already. I had to leave, so I don't know how accurate this is. But my other buddy walks over, sees this dude laid out, fucking snoring sideways on the floor. And he looks up at my brother Tarzan. He's like, "Is that you?" He's like, "No, this guy's fucking swung at heaven." And the guy looked, "Why the fuck would you do that, fucking idiot?"
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
This is not the path to longevity, young man.
So yeah, anyways, I had to go to college the next day. My hands were fucking broken. I couldn't do shop class work. And my little buddy that I guess was the original root of the problem was like, hey man, I appreciate you sorting that guy out for me last night. Let me do this work for you.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal. So he did his project and then did mine. And he had two of them. He's like, "I'm going to hand this one in because it's better. You get this one." That sounds fair. I got a better mark than he did, though.
So he was not a good judge. So wood shop. So we had that in high school, and like, there was the table saw, right?
Yeah.
And like teaching teenagers in high school to do a table saw. It's like, I don't even know if they do that now. They shouldn't. People are so fucking stupid now.
Oh, man. I think they need to take the fucking warning labels off of almost everything.
Just let it sort itself out. No, but did you, obviously you had to witness people getting kickback on the table saw, right?
Yes.
So that's never good. So I was in a class, and there was this there was this girl in there, and she was just like, you know, everybody's stupid when you're in high school, but she was just particularly obnoxious and sort of mouthy and liked to talk about all the giant schlongs she had ingested. She was just really, she wasn't cool. I didn't like her.
What's this girl's name?
I can't remember. But you know how when like they had us doing like we were making these little we're just making stuff like they're just telling us to do this. So it's like literally it's like a square tabletop that's like the size of 4 like ceramic tiles on top, right?
Right.
And you're making like the wood sides around it. So you know how like when somebody's pushing something on the table saw and they're not holding it right and it starts riding up on the blade and there's a change in the tone that it's met the sound. It's like it's going in, and when you start fucking up, it starts going like it's like it's telling you you're fucking up.
Yeah, you use a table saw, man.
And everybody, you know, when you hear that and you're in the class, you hear somebody like everybody turns around to look because you're like, you know, something bad's probably fixing to happen. Like when you hear that sound, this chick's over there. She's over there pushing her little thing, and it's just like it starts like she was scared of it, right? You know, that's what it was. She was just like kind of scared of it, and like it just starts making a sound. Everybody turns and looks, and just a minute, she panics and just lets go, and it launches this fucking thing right into her fucking stomach, and she's like, "Ah!" You know, and then she fucking rolls around on the ground, cries and screams, and
That's about as good as that can go, though.
yeah, I mean, at least she didn't cut her, you know, hand off or. You know,
oh man, one of the guys I was through college with, this guy's been a carpenter for like 10 years. And shortly after college, he ran his fucking hand right through the table saw. Now he's got one of those strong hands. It's
yeah,
all fucked up.
yeah, man, he's
Amazing. But
you can fuck up in a hurry.
yeah. So I'm not super interested in actually hitting people. So when I tell you that I will punch Paul Maiden right in the fucking face, and when I say I'm just gonna give him a little shot, you know, just to get him fired up,
Oh,
I mean just enough to bloody his lips, like bust him a little bit. Fuck that guy. And then I'm gonna tilt my head and he can break his hand. I hope he doesn't see this and throw an uppercut instead.
you're not gonna do that. Come on, I mean, like. That'll be like, you'll get banned. You'll get canceled from the arm wrestling world, Beer Man.
So
What? You're just gonna stop arm wrestling?
Trust me, there's a lot more than 5,000 arm wrestlers and fans in the world. Half of them don't fucking like me anyways. Fuck those guys. The ones that do like me will love to see this shit though.
I gotta admit, I think it would be entertaining, but I don't think it's going to it would not do a lot of positive things for your future international arm wrestling career. Just saying.
Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm not just going to like out of nowhere just fucking touch him in the face. I'm going to provoke him till he does something that warrants it.
Well, I mean, if you can get him to swing at you first, that's different.
Dude, you can't hear what people are really saying to each other. I'll just lie about what he said.
Okay.
Man, you've been on this show long enough to know that I won't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
That's right. You can't. I mean, otherwise you won't have any good stories. Sometimes you might. I gotta go get a beer.
Well, you go get that beer. I gotta say goodnight to all of our wonderful fans. As a redhead dude myself, I'm just glad we called Gingers and not Bowens. Oh, geez. I would feel so bad for the rest of you if you were all called Bowens. That's rough. One guy I was at work with was on tabs, all stoned out of his mind. What you know, they're going, 2 of his fingers. Oh, yeah. You can't be all fucked up using saws like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, guys. If you have any last questions, you got about a minute to get them in. And then I'm fucking off. Dev's forearm, I agree. Fuck that guy. That Shield Maiden motherfucker is getting it. Absolutely. There is no way I'm coming home with a loss. Not happening. So that will be opening up on arm bets very soon. Put your money in the smart spot. Get it done. Wait. Who the fuck is Cecil Bale? Jimbo Slice, the man, the myth, legend. Either that's a longtime fan and I've told that story, or that's somebody I know personally that's been around here that knows I was literally referred to as Jimbo Slice. Hey, don't even get me started on drinking blue. If blue didn't change the recipe and it didn't taste like weird fucking rotten berries, I would still drink blue.
So I want to tell you this. Whenever I'm hanging around my Mexican friends,
You don't have any friends, so
I have Mexican friends.
no,
So-
you don't have any friends.
Yes, I do.
No,
You're
you
my-
don't. Every
you're my-
time you start trying to add something specific to the word friends, I know you're lying.
You're my friend, aren't you, Beer Man?
No.
I don't think I can go on with my life now.
Yeah, I'd keep you around because you keep buying my socks.
Anyway, so when I'm around my Mexican friends, I frequently use the word mucho. It means a lot to them.
Are you fucking kidding me? You want to end the show with a fucking bullshit dad joke?
I'm the king of dad jokes.
No, you're not. You're not the king of shit.
I am too.
No, well, you thought you were the king of fucking trivia. Some weird bullshit.
I'm the king of desk pops.
You've never done a desk pop.
I did.
I was A-okay with getting my channel banned if you were doing a silenced desk pop. Like, you had a 22, there's a silencer, put a couple of phone books there. Man, it ain't going through nothing. It ain't going to make it no harm.
I don't think they wouldn't ban your channel for that. They
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you're not even allowed to have guns or talking about them on channel.
Bullshit. There's tons of gun shooting YouTube channels. Trust me, I watch them.
Not monetized.
Well, I know, but they don't ban them, but they still exist.
Well, demonetizing my channel is the same thing as banning it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying you can do it. I mean, all the really big ones just have their own Patreons or whatever. So
So basically, what would happen if I got demonetized? I would say to fuck with the rules and do whatever the fuck I want.
until
And
they
I would
actually,
get a lot more fans and make no money.
yeah. Well, if you just really just did it, whatever the fuck you wanted, then your channel would get taken down. I mean, you can't have, midget bukkake on YouTube.
Oh my god, I love midget bukkake. Especially if it's filmed with like really bad cameras.
Like it makes you feel like you're in the 70s.
Pixelated midget bukkake. It's my favorite thing in the world. All right, Roy, say goodbye to all my friends because you don't have any.
Goodbye to all my friends.
God, you're such a fucking weirdo. All right. I would like to say something cool. I need an outro. Like Ron Burgundy, stay classy, San Diego.
Say Paul Maiden is a shit pump.
Paul Maiden is a shit pump. But I need a catchy outro, much like that, except
Here
once
it
I
is.
fuck Paul Maiden up, there's no point in saying that anymore. So, like, that's a short-lived fucking outro.
How about this? Beer Man. He's like Batman, but he's not a superhero.
I'm a hero to some people. That's why
More
you
of
buy my socks.
You're more of an anti-hero,
Like Deadpool?
like Steve Austin. He was the anti-hero, right?
Yeah, like Deadpool.
Yeah, Tim too. Yeah.
Man, Deadpool and Steve Austin are like the two very best anti-heroes ever. I'm A-okay with being Steve Austin. I just
Yeah.
want his money.
David Marsh says that'll do, pig. I don't know.
I believe
What is
he's
that?
talking to you.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
guys. We are out of here. I have made a New Year's resolution. Roy, quit being fucking weird.
Open your third eye, Evan.
Oh man, you can't say shit like that. All right, we're gonna do that to Roy, and then all right, you guys have a great night. I will see you very soon. I do believe both Joe Yaros and at least one of my brothers are in for getting all fucked up on Thursday night. Hopefully, we will see you then. Roy.